Tsubasa. Fukuyama-san. Mr. Fukuyama, you're a little close. You're a little close there. Basachi? Man, you're standing in front of the title. You're standing in front of the title. That's legally too close. Welcome on into Emio the Smiling Man. Welcome back to Basachi, the man who's stands really close to you. Don't stand so close to me. No, literally though. Welcome back to Emio. Yeah, y'all, good news. I finally have the game. Right here. It came today. Physical copy. Never in my life would I have thought I'd be holding an M-rated Nintendo game, much less the sequel to Famicom Detective Club. But, yeah, no, I was actually worried that I wouldn't be able to stream this today, or, like, still just stream the demo, because I'm like, it didn't ship at the end of the last stream. It didn't ship when I woke up this morning. It shipped in the middle of the day and arrived at my apartment before I got home. So, I'll take it, but, like, y'all didn't have to keep me waiting. Please, Best Buy, why are you like this? Oh, yeah, I'm just glad. I'm just glad that I have the game, finally. And we can continuing on. Will I actually finish Chapter 3 today? Probably, hopefully. But we'll go at our own pace. Yeah. So, last time... No, actually, you know what? I should let the game do the recap thing. But, all you need to know, Basachi here. He's an old friend. But, just a little unsettling. I made that clip, by the way, y'all. The clip of me, like, getting jump scared when he just zooms, tap, runs right in front of your face. I thought you were in a meeting, dude. All right. Anyway, we're back to playing as ManokAdobo. Chapter 3, The Language of Flowers, in Yukariko Village. Review the plot? Sure, why not? Kakariko Village? Eisuke Sasaki, age 15, was found dead. The scene was similar to those of unsolved murders from 18 years ago. Utsugi believes that the disappearance of Makoto Kuze may somehow be connected. Who is the brother of the detective assigned to the case, who disappeared 18 years ago? Ayumi! For the first time in the series, canonically at least, we were playing as Ayumi Tachibana of Tachibana Real Estate. I'll never not make that joke. Investigating at the Minami Daisan Junior High School, where she met up with an old friend, Tsubasa Fukuyama, who was, she knew him from middle school themselves back in the day. So, it's cool. It's cool. He's just a little unsettling, just stands a little bit too close. As far as me, ManokAdobo-san, I'm traveling to Yukariko Village to find out more about Junko Kuze and Makoto Kuze. I'm just hoping that her brother's disappearance isn't a sore spot. We don't know if he's still alive. We don't know if maybe he's just like been somewhere this whole time. For all we know, maybe he's the smiling man. So here's something that I want to do right now real quick. I'm gonna check some of these ages because some of them like might hint towards something. I'm just saying. So let's say we know that Junko is 26. I believe Makoto Kuze was her older brother. Yeah, if he was alive today, he'd be 32. So, one theory that I almost entertained before I saw the ages was like, what if Makoto Kuze is actually somebody else? What if Makoto Kuze is actually... Oh, do I not have? Oh, I do. What if he's actually Fukuyama? He came back under a different name and like became a different person with a different identity. Maybe that's why he went missing. But no, the ages don't match up. Unless he's a lot older than he appears. He seems a little bit old for somebody who went to school with Ayumi. I don't know, maybe he got held back a couple of years or something. I mean, junior high is only 3 years in Japan. It is a little weird that he's like a full 4 years older. Maybe it's not that weird. 3, 4, what's the difference? Alright. Alright, let's keep on keeping on, y'all. How's the volume, by the way? I hope it's okay. Alright, we're in a cabbage patch. So, you know, rural Japan be like, actually more like my hometown be like, let's see if we can find the Junko Kuze household. Sounds good? Thank you, thank you. Alright, can I call out for Junko? Maybe this town is so small that there's no noise pollution. I can just call her name and she appears. Call her name and she appears. Sorry, I've been watching wrestling. And there's a wrestler who has like a theme song and everything. I mean, they all have theme songs, but I think he made his own theme song. Bonus points if you all follow wrestling and you know who I'm talking about. There's a truck parked here. I believe in Junko Kuze. Alright, doesn't seem like anybody's around. Should I just start moving? I wonder if anybody's here. Can I call Kuze? What? My phone's out of battery! Why won't it turn on? I think you just push... The battery's dead! I forgot to charge the battery! This is the worst thing that could possibly happen. What is the point? What is the point of having a phone? Adobo-san. Adobo-san. I think that's what I'm gonna call my character now. I guess I forgot to charge it. I should remember to do that when I get back to the office. I don't think... Wouldn't it be really funny if I just forgot to charge the phone the whole game and I just don't ever have a phone? Alright, do I look at the truck again? If there's a truck, there might be someone nearby. Whoa! Oh my god! That guy just sprouted out of the field like he was planted there! I am getting a lot of jump scares in this game. It's not even really a scary game. I guess he was just crouching down. I should go talk to him. Y'all, I would put on the echo filter for thoughts. Hell, big on thoughts. But, excuse me! Do you have a moment? Just like real life, forgetting to charge the phone. I know you're not supposed to, but I charge my phone overnight. My phone has one of those features where it's like it automatically stops charging when it's full. Like, phones are smart enough to do that now. So, like, I don't think it's that much of a problem to charge it overnight. I mean, if it catches on fire while I'm asleep, I guess I'll hope I'll wake up. Oopa. But yeah, I would put on the echo filter for the thoughts, but I did that for Ace Attorney Investigations before, because I could bind it to a button because I was technically playing on PC. I'm not gonna do it for this because I'd have to like reach over at my stream deck for every single thought. That's too much. Villager. Huh? What do you want? I want you to come closer, please. What do you want? Excuse me? Do you know the way to the Kuze residence? Kuze? The Kuze place, huh? Sure, sonny. Just go straight down that dirt road and head towards the mountains. It's right at the end of the road. Can't miss it. Got it. Thank you very much. Straight down the road, huh? Let's get there ASAP. Since you said begone thoughts, no, Miku, you are a classy lady, and don't you let anybody say otherwise. The absolute classiest. We're traveling. We're hoofing it. Wow, look at this nice little traditional home. There's a lot of houses like this that are just abandoned in Japan. And it is relatively cheap to just go buy one. Like, I think I read online it's like $100,000 to just straight up buy one of these. And I'm like, hey, maybe I should move to Japan. I just need to find an agent. Honestly. The house at the end of the road. Must be this one. I want a house in Japan. Me too. Let's split one. There's plenty of space. And we can always go to Japanese McDonald's. They have a different menu. A menu that's way better than the American one. Because they have American cheeseburger. But it tastes like wasabi. Hello? Anyone home? Did I even stop to think that she was not home? This must be the house where Kuze lived. Can I look at the grass? It doesn't look like it's well kept. It's all overgrown. The grass is overgrown. No one's done any yard work for a long time. Maybe they don't live here anymore? The clothesline is not set up either. It's an old clothesline. Doesn't look like it's been used recently. It's not cracked, the window, but it's very dirty and hard to see through. Maybe I was given the wrong house. The nameplates have been removed. I can't say for sure that this was Detective Kuse's home. Oh no, maybe this was like when I went to Japan and I accidentally there's a restaurant run out of an old couple's home and I accidentally went to somebody's actual house first. I'm sure that happens to them a lot. I can't hear any noises coming from the house. Alright, let's take a look at everything. Mailbox? There's nothing in the mailbox. The house itself? I don't think anyone's here. I think I've gone over everything. Maybe the place is vacant? Okay, this is where I get jump scared by Junko, right? Why did the music stop? I don't know if anyone's here. I suppose I could try calling, but the place looks deserted, so maybe no one's home. But let me try one more time. Excuse me? Anyone home? Well, that didn't work. In the distance, you hear a lone crow. Aha! Aha! One more time? No use calling. Doesn't look like anyone's here. Maybe I should come back later. Oh, maybe Mr. Atsugi would know something. I can't call him because my phone's dead. It was a good thought, but the battery's dead. What to do? And this was the 90s. They probably have a proprietary charger. Maybe I should go back and talk to that person again. I guess. Start walking away. Jump scare? What are you doing? Hello. Oh, you scared me. Sorry, you are? Name's Tayama. I live next door. Wow, you definitely look like a Tayama. Hello? What's up, Mr. Tayama? $1,000 of faces gonna appear in the windows. Oh, that's the worst. Freaking, I talked about World of Horror earlier. That game is so mean because what's that like thing where you see faces in things that aren't there? It's like paranoia or something. Paranoia? Thing where you see faces. Pareidolia. They invoke that on purpose. They put like little dots in the windows that might be a face that's smiling, but it's like it flashes for a second, so you're not really sure what you saw. It's so creepy and unsettling. Look, this game is not actually scary. I'm telling y'all. I promise. Let's ask Mr. Tamaya a question. I forgot his name already. Sorry, I didn't see anyone in the house. Tayama. Yeah, no one lives there. So no matter how much you shout, no one's coming out. So I was lied to then. I was lied to by the farmer. Alright, never trust a farmer, y'all. Jerry64, we've learned a lesson today. Never trust a farmer. Never. How's it going, Jerry? Horo no Ringo, welcome on in. Welcome to the Famicom Detective Club. Can I take your membership fees? We're solving the mystery of a serial murder case. And we're trying to find the house of a detective that supposedly lives around here, but this house is very, very abandoned. So what's going on here, man? Maybe it's one of those houses you can just buy in Japan because they're vacant? Yeah. Welcome on in. Y'all follow Jerry64 if you want a dude who's like the best person to play Mario Maker I ever did see. And also he's like the voice actor of Jaden Yuki from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Abridged, but like one of them. You know. Only trust Tiger-chan, baby. Sure. Whoever that is, I don't know. Welcome on in, y'all. My name is Chris. You all should know me, and I play RPGs and visual novels. We're playing Famicom Detective Club, the first M-rated game by Nintendo to ever come out. Wow. It's pretty good, I will say. Just like I suspected. I see, but this was the Kuze residence, was it? Sure was. Like I said, no one lives here anymore. Alright, well, do you know where they live now? I guess it makes sense because, like, the Kuze I know is a big shot detective in, like, the city. So what's going on? She lives out here? She commutes every day? Jerry's playing Endless Monday, a quirky visual novel. Speaking of visual novels, wow, I gotta go check that out. I do like me some quirky indie game about depression, probably. And all jokes aside, those are pretty good. Yeah, I recommend checking out Famicom Detective Club. It's a little bit of a different kind of VN, because you really do feel like you're solving a mystery. Like for this, for example. Is it okay if I ask you a few questions? Sure, but you a friend of Junko's or something? Look at this animation. Oh no, I'm a private. Wait, maybe I don't want it to get back to Detective Kuze that I was snooping around here. Snooping as usual, I see. Oh, that's right. She's like the one person that shouldn't know about this. She might yell at me. What should I do? Look, hey, wait a minute. I need to be brave. Look, this Junko lady is a little scary, but I'm sure she means well. I'll be honest and say who I am. I can handle a little yelling. I'll be honest and reveal my identity. Look, if you want to get yelled at by a strong lady, maybe that's what you're into, Chris Adobo-san. Maybe you need my character's only 19 years old. He needs to discover himself. You know what now? Private detective. Tante. I'm an investigator. I'm an alligator wearing a vest. A detective? Why is he so upset? Uh-oh. So you must know Junko. Look, a private investigator. I'm not part of the police or anything. Oh, yes, I do. Great! You must be some kind of great detective duo, huh? I gotcha. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'd make a better partner than Kamihara. I mean, we aren't, but... Hey, look at that! The truth shall set you free. Let me just make sure I got the name right. Yep, Daisuke Kamihara. We don't talk about Daisuke Kamihara. You mentioned earlier that the house was vacant. How long has it been that way? Yeah, let's see. I think it's been about 2 years. Wow, it gets this overgrown in 2 years? Look, to be honest, I live in California, so I don't know what it looks like for a lawn to actually grow. To actually be green. Look, in my state, in my part of the Californias, whenever a lawn is unkempt, it just turns brown and dies. It doesn't overgrow. That doesn't happen. I mean, sometimes it actually does, but like the overgrowth is very, very dry and brown. It is not like healthy weeds. Same. Arizona do be the same. Surprisingly clean for 2 years. I don't know. I'm sure like the community might help out a little bit. Japan is very clean in general. Junko went off to be a detective and left the village. And Yoshie doesn't live here anymore. Neither does Makoto. Yeah, Makoto's been gone for a little more than 2 years. Oh yeah, no one's around. Yoshie? Who's Yoshie? Yeah, but no one is here anymore. Is that in my notebook? Yoshie Kuze? No, not yet. Yoshie? Could that be Kuze's mother? And Makoto is Detective Kuze's brother, of course. I've got all kinds of burning questions about the Kuze family. Well, ask him. Grass gets too dry in Arizona and Cali. It do be true. Baseball fields have switched to turf. Yeah, honestly, it's like... baseball doesn't have to be like real grass. If anything, using turf makes it a lot more consistent. You're basically playing on a giant carpet. Why not? Why not? Most MLB fields are still grass. The Scorpions move in for you. The Scorpions keep the house clean. Is it like the Soot Sprites from that one Ghibli movie? I forget which one. Is Soot Sprites Totoro? Or is Soot Sprites something else? It's like the Soot Sprites. They just move in. They keep everything clean. lawns in your area get overrun with blackberries. Like edible ones? Sorry, who's Yoshie? Ah, she's Makoto and Junko's grandma. Detective Kuze's grandmother. I see. Spirited Away and Totoro have them. Oh, I didn't know they were from both. I never actually saw Spirited Away. That's what confused me, because I felt like I saw people talk about Soot Sprites in relation to Spirited Away. But I'm like, I could have sworn I saw them in something. She was lovely. Just a kind person who took very good care of her grandkids. How about siblings? What were Junko and Makoto like as kids? You know, brother and sister wise? Let me think. Junko, she always acted more like the big sister than the little one. I can imagine. Yeah, you know what I mean. They got along very well as siblings. And they must have loved each other a lot. Those two kids, Makoto and Junko, lost their parents in an accident when they were young. So their grandparents, Mr. and Mrs. Kuze, took them in. They all lived right here in the village. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Kuze were real generous to take care of the kids like that. Thanks to them, Makoto and Junko had pretty normal childhoods, and they grew up healthy and strong. Oh, they were good kids. They were a good brother and sister team, those two. Anything more about Yoshie? Yeah, anyway, after Junko left home, it was just Yoshie and her husband living here. And he passed away about 2 years ago now. Ooh, right after they moved out? Oh, that's a little sad. Or maybe they moved out like right after he passed. Okay, it was after. But still though, like the grandmother lost her husband and basically her kids. Well, oh no, yeah, the grandmother lost her husband, lost her kid and their spouse in an accident, and then her grandchildren left. That's a little depressing. But I'm sure, and they also lost Makoto. This is a tragic family, y'all. She left soon after. Is that so? You know, she really raised those kids right, especially considering how they lost their parents. I mean, well, hold on. Like, you said both of the kids grew up strong, but like, Makoto disappeared 18 years ago? How do you know? Did he actually is he actually not missing? Or do you just like assume after he became like a teenager, he was just like, no, now he's gone. He's done. Observations? I thought I heard yelling, so I came over to check it out. Imagine my surprise to find a youngster like you. Youngster? I mean, I'm 19. I mean, he did say child. He said kodomo. Look, 19 is still a kid, Adobo-san. Yeah, the kids are happy kids, aren't they? Well, as healthy as we can be. Kodomo wa? Where's Yoshie now? Ah, she lives in a retirement home in the village. Oh, so not too far. Junko didn't want her to live alone, so it was her idea. Well, that's nice. So that explains why the family home is empty. That's right, they're actually going to be tearing this house down pretty soon. Oh, I see. I feel like we're going to have to check this place for clues. It's a little odd. And it's also sad, it's like historical. Yoshie lives in a retirement home. The house is going to be torn down. Maybe Makoto will come back one day. I'm sure he'd love to see this place again. I hope so too. Man, Makoto's would be 32 if he's still alive. I'm 32. Can you imagine? I don't know. I hope he's still around. I hope he's still alive. Like, but what's he been doing for 18 years? That's crazy. So this house is going to be torn down. Plot twist, he's living there in secret. He's living off of the weeds. He's like finding little like berries growing, living off of McDonald's that the kids leave there as like a peace offering for the ghost. Anything else about the house? Nothing? It'll be sad when their house isn't there anymore. Yeah, a little bit. I am running out of things to talk about. The Kuze family home seems to be empty, but I'm sure it's filled with memories. I wonder if Detective Kuze would be sad if she saw it like this. Huh? What are you doing here anyway? Interested in the Kuze family home? Well, I am now. Yes, in a sense. I hear you. Every so often I come check out the place myself. Just curiosity, you know. Vacant houses have a way of falling to pieces pretty quick if you don't tend to them. You know that? You know that. I didn't, but... Oh, by the way. Huh? I think it was 3 days ago. Yeah, I was on my way home from a meeting and I saw a light on in the house here. No one's supposed to be in there. I was curious about what was going on, so I went to check it out. That's when Junko walked out the door. So she has been here recently. So Detective Kuze was here 3 days ago. Was she looking for something even though the house is abandoned? Maybe she's collecting some stuff right before the house gets torn down. She's trying to find her old Famicom. You know, I heard there was some cool games for that system, like Dragon Quest. Just finding it somewhere. It do be 1991-ish. Maybe she's trying to find their Super Nintendo. Junko said she just came by to see if she had left anything behind that she might need. See, cause the house is getting torn down soon. She felt bad that it would be a disturbance. Poor girl, she just kept apologizing. Of course, I invited her to tea. I hadn't seen her in ages. But she said she couldn't. She had to work extra early the next day and all that, you know. Wait, so 3 days was after the murder? Hold up. It had to have been after the murder, right? Or was it? I wonder. Was that the night of the murder? If it was, it's probably like she got the call, like, hey, you have to check this body out in the morning. By the way, there's a paper bag, and she's like, oh shit, it's just like 18 years ago. So she goes back to the family house to gather like anything that might be related to Makoto's disappearance from 18 years ago, in case there's any relation. Anything she might have known from those killings back then. Maybe she had notes back then when she was a kid. Because like maybe she had like a whole conspiracy theory board just like all set up from like Makoto's disappearance, and then she needed to get it all because it was suddenly irrelevant again, you know? And that's why she said she had to work early in the morning, because she had to get out to the crime scene that next morning. I can't believe she's a detective now. She's all grown up. About Kuze. She looked just like the detectives you see on TV, because she is. She is a detective you see on TV and video games. I'm sorry, what? I gotta say, Junko has blossomed to a very pretty young woman. Well, I'm sure she'll take that as a compliment and not creepy. I'm sure it's a compliment. I don't think I have any more questions. Maybe it's time to see if I can talk to Detective Kuze's grandmother. Tayama might know which retirement home Yoshie went to. Let's find out. Which retirement home is Yoshie living in? Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's called Yukariko Relax. Yukariko Relax. Yeah, that's it.
Yukariko Relax ですね。ありがとうございます。
I like that name. Yukariko Relax. Great, thank you. It's a nice name, and I hear the place lives up to it. It's just a little ways up past the mountain if you're looking for it. Sounds good. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's called Yukariko Relax. And with a name like that, it's gotta be high class. Sounds good to me. Thanks for all the info. I appreciate it. I'm gonna see if I can talk to Yoshie. Okay. Tell Yoshie I said hello. Oh, before you go. Is he gonna give me a piece of candy or something? Hello? Sir? Is he gonna come back? I made sure I didn't press B this time. Give me a treat. Give me a treat. If I know anything about Bunkichi from Persona 3, I always get a treat when I interact. Treat? No treat. Treat? No treat. Ah, he's gonna give me a treat. I got something for you. Yeah, eggplants. Wow, thank you. This sure is a treat. No, seriously though, eggplants are pretty cool. It's so random. Wow, thank you for the eggplants. I will take them. Oh, that's a lot of eggplants. What did he say? Yasui? I think he just said that's a lot of vegetables. Hold on, what's the button again? Yeah, grew these babies myself. They're delicious. It ain't much, but I want you to have them. Don't give me your eggplant. Hold on, that's creepy. Nasu, yeah, that is eggplant. Nasu desu ne. Oh, those are eggplants, aren't they? So many eggplants. There's a lot of eggplants. Look. I grew up in a farm town. This is how it is, though. Like, freaking, I would go to my dentist's office, and then, like, I would just get my teeth cleaned, and then the receptionist would be like, "Here, our persimmon tree grew fruit," and I just get a whole entire bag of persimmons. Oh, thank you. Wow. Hoping for some grandma candy, like the strawberry things. Yeah. Honestly, eggplants are pretty good. I really like eggplants. They're one of my top vegetables, and not just because of chicken. Honestly, there's a Filipino food called hold on. I need to remember what it's called. It's called tortang talong. Tortang talong. It's basically an omelet using an eggplant as a skeleton, so that the egg has something to like shape it and bind to it, and it's really good. It's really good because like the omelet forms over the eggplant, and it becomes like a nice vegetably eggy omelet. Pretty good. I recommend trying it at some point in time. So many eggplants. It's really yummy. It is, though. See, Makoto was a big fan of eggplant. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you very much. I'll gladly take these. Wow. I'll take another. I already got the eggplants. Wow. Do I have a inventory? I'm off to Yukarika Relax, but thank you so much for the delicious eggplants. Safe travels! I don't know if they're delicious, I didn't try them. Now that is what you should try to make with eggplant. Never had eggplant? 3 days ago at the Kuze house. What? We're flashing back? Hi, Junko. She's stepping. Oh, she's remembering her old room. Back in the 70s/80s when you didn't have Famicoms. Damn. What? Did she notice something? Hey. Nothing's gonna jump scare me. She leaves the house normally. Suspicious. Oh, what is that? Don't die. Don't die. It's safe. We know she's fine. We met her after the events of that night. There's no way anything bad could have happened. Unless... Oh, she probably... I'm thinking... Yeah, no, her conspiracy theory closet. It's probably all in there. Like the freaking shrine that Helga made in freaking Hey Arnold. Sanders, welcome on in. How you doing? Finally, I'm here. Funny how far Tayama's idea of a little way turned out to be. Look, it's a small town. A little way is like the entire town. Evening. It do be evening. Welcome to the nice little small town of Yukariko. Yukariko Riraksu. That is what it says. Riraksu.
いただいたナスも袋からこぼれる
Meanwhile, I'm lugging enough eggplants to feed an army and hiking up a mountain. It's up a mountain? What kind of sick person put a retirement home on top of a mountain? That means like all the old people, if they leave, they have to like walk up a mountain to get back in the middle of the night? That's so bad.
であれ
Wait,
リラックス
This says-
ゆかりこ村
relax Yukariko Village?
教えてもらった名前
It's not exactly what Tayama said, but I must be in the right
そう
place.
だろうな
Maybe. I would assume that there's not more than one. But yeah, I did kind of notice that the Yukariko was after relax. That one right there, that kanji in the middle, that's the only one I recognize. That one is cool. King Kodiak, welcome on in. How you doing? The Cubs have raided. Michi sings, welcome on in. Jang, how's it going? Yeah. How's it? We're how was the Honkai Star Rail? You getting any good pulls? We're playing some Famicom Detective Club. A visual novel rated M by Nintendo in this year. Could you believe it? It's pretty good. It's pretty good so far. We're investigating this small town, which, you know what, surprisingly is not too different from my small town that I grew up in. Except a lot more Japanese. Wow. The MC is voiced by one of your favorite VAs. Who's that, Philo Fishy? I wonder how many like VAs I might recognize in this game. There's already been some voices that I'm like, that person is familiar, but I don't want to look them up in case I get spoiled. Wow. How's it going, y'all? If anybody doesn't know me, my name is Chris. I like to play RPGs and visual novels, and I like to do the voices. There's already voice acting in this game, but it's Japanese, so I kind of talk over it. Just a little bit. So, welcome on in. Megumi Ogata. Ah. I wonder what other roles they've done. Yeah. Welcome, y'all. And sit back, relax, enjoy the story. We were at this retirement home because we want to ask questions to the grandmother of one of the detectives assigned to the case. Because the detective is potentially related to the case in that it is similar to this serial murder that happened 18 years ago. And coincidentally, her brother disappeared 18 years ago. And is it related? We don't know. But it is very suspicious that it happened at the same time. Look at this. This is a nice little place. It's so clean.
久世刑事のおばあさんか
Oh, I like the little owls. Look at that. These origami owls over here. I wonder if there's like a pattern you can get for folding these things. I like that. So, Yoshie Kuze. I wonder what Detective Kuze's grandmother will be like.
こんにちは。
Hello. Hi.
はい。
こんにちは
Hello.
失礼ですが、どなたかのご家族の方ですか？
Excuse me, are you here to visit a family member? Something like that. Kodiak's gonna raid and dash to eat. Have a good lunch, dinner time, whatever meal you're eating. Every meal is good for any time of day. Don't let anybody say otherwise. Especially breakfast. Yeah, dinner? Yeah. Look, I have breakfast for dinner. Sometimes I lose track of time too. Have a good one and get something good, y'all. Y'all want to see what I had for lunch? I was thinking of having it for dinner, but I did not for a specific reason. I had this pizza. And my work paid for it because whenever I go into the office, you know, as a sort of like incentive to go back to the office, they're like, yeah, we'll pay for your lunch. We'll pay for your lunch if you work in the office. I'm like, deal. Deal. It's a pizza place not too far from my office, and they have like thick Detroit style pizza. It's pretty good. Sailor Uranus and Sailor Moon and Makoto and Nagiko and Danganronpa. No way! Oh, I only ever played Danganronpa in English, so I never heard Megumi's voice acting in other things. But that's cool. Dun 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 dun. I would imagine, because a lot of the voice actors from Danganronpa 1 and 2 are reused in V3. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but I wonder if they voiced anyone in V3 as well. Dun 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 dun.
あ、いえ、そうじゃありません。
No, not exactly.
ご家族
So
で
you're
は
not
ない
a family member?
という
I need to talk to
こ
somebody.
ちらに入居されて
I'd
る
like to have
方
a
に
word with one of the residents here.
その方
Do you
と
have an
はお
appointment?
約束をさ
I'm
れてい
afraid I
る
don't
んでし
see
ょうか
anything in the records.
あ、いえ。
No, sorry, I don't have an appointment.
No? Oh.
This place is really like clean and modern for a game that takes place in the early 90s. It's so weird to say this game takes place in the early 90s when it may take place in 1989 instead. It's hard to tell, there's no definitive year.
大変申し
Well,
訳あり
I'm
ませ
very
ん
sorry.
当施設では
But this facility has a policy against allowing visitors without a prior appointment.
できない規則となっておりまして
Okay, do I have to, can I make one now?
大変申し訳ありま
I'm
せん
afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
What? I hiked all this way, can I bribe you with eggplants? Miss, I have an entire bag of eggplants, please.
申し訳ありませんが
I'm sorry, but you'll have to leave.
What if one of these people is Yoshie? Hello? First old man.
入居者の方だ
Do those folks live here? They seem happy. She looks suspicious of me. I honestly don't blame her. I mean, just a strange man coming in and with a bag of eggplants. Like, what are you gonna do with those eggplants, sir? This is a retirement home. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
申し訳ありま
No, I can't leave.
携帯
I
で
also can't use my phone because it's dead.
申し訳ありませんが
Ken in Persona 3. Oh! I think I heard something about the voice for Ken in Persona 3 in Japanese. I guess I think I did hear that she also voiced Makoto and Nagito. I guess I already knew that. I just didn't think about that at the time.
申し訳ありませんが
All right. Okay. How to progress
お
story.
じいさんやおばあさんたち
A
が
number of older folks are chatting amicably. I guess you can't just show up for a visit unless you're family. Oh, that's it? Now I get to
申し訳あり
travel?
ません
Okay.
突然おっしゃって
Sorry, I
すみ
didn't
ませ
make
ん
an
でした
appointment. I'll come
出
back
直す
another
ことにし
time.
ます
申し訳あ
Thank
り
you
ま
for
せ
your
んね
understanding.
今度いらっしゃる
Just be
時
sure to
は
let the
入居者
resident
の
know that
方
next
に
time
お
you'd
知
like
ら
to
せくだ
visit,
さい
and I'll make an
ご予
appointment.
約を
はい
Will do, ma'am. I'll be on my way. Should I at least ask if I'm in the right place? Okay. Love those owls on the counter. In the subconsciousness of my mind. In the sea of my consciousness. Well, that was a load of nothing.
ヨシエさんに連絡を
Maybe I
して
should contact
面会の
Yoshie and
予
make an
約をして
actual
くる
appointment for a
どうやっ
visit.
て
Wait, how would I even do that? Maybe I should have asked the front desk while I was
予
there?
約を取り付ける方法がない
There's no way for me to set up an appointment.
予約を取り
Cool. Now what?
久世刑事に相談して
Maybe I should ask Detective Kuze for help. What am I thinking? That's a terrible idea. It's a great idea. Communication. Stop being such a dumb kid, me. Heck. Look. As I've grown older and wiser, I realize, like, yes, there is social anxiety talking to people, but, like, I just realized that sometimes there's no other solution. And I'm just wasting time if I do anything else but just talk to the person. And I hate it, and it feels terrible. Talking to people, ew. But I have to. Just like when I go to McDonald's to ask if they have the Happy Meal toy with the Yu-Gi-Oh crossover. And like the only way to know what toy they have is to just ask for the Happy Meal toy, even though I'm an adult. It's like, you know what? Whatever. I have money. I can pay for a Happy Meal. There's nothing against it. And when you know it, I have all these. I have all of these. Look, when you think about it, adults are usually the ones to buy Happy Meals because they buy them for their kids. They don't know I'm not buying the Happy Meals for like my nephew or something. They don't know that I don't have a kid at home or something. Like maybe I have a kid who's really into Yu-Gi-Oh and they really want the full set and I'm like, okay, which one do you want? My son has been looking for all of them. All right, how do I get out of here?
結局
If I can't come up with a way to make an appointment, I may not be able to talk to Mrs. Kuze at all. With that in mind, I'll need to try talking to the receptionist again. I just came outside, man.
thought you left.
Yeah, I just remembered I need to make an appointment.
申し訳ありませんが
I'm sorry, but you have to leave. I know it's a rule, but
実は僕
I'm actually from the Utsugi Detective Agency, and I have some questions for
久
Yoshie
世義恵
Kuze.
さんにお聞きしたいことがありまして
I didn't lead with that?
探偵
You're a detective?
予約をお願いしたいところなのですが
Yes, and I would have made an appointment, but I'm not acquainted with Mrs. Kuze.
なんとか
Is there anything we can do here? I just made it more suspicious the fact that I left and came back instead of just led with that. Now it just looks like I came up with that on the spot and went like, oh wait, I know how I can lie. No. If only I had my phone so I could ask Utsugi to help.
I'm sorry, but rules are rules. We can't accommodate anyone without an appointment.
それ
And I can't make an appointment.
あの
Could you call Yoshie Kuze?
は
Excuse me?
でご
You
挨拶
know,
して
I'd just like to say
事情を
hello
話して
real quick
面会を
and then
予
make
約
an
して
appointment.
あわよくばその
I think she'd be happy to see me. I mean, that's the
それはできないってさっきから
No, that's
申し
just
上げて
getting-
いるでしょ
That's just getting around the freaking. The point is, I need to talk to her, and if I need to talk to her in order to talk to her, then that's just talking to her. That doesn't solve the original problem.
I'm afraid it's not possible. Like I already said,
とにかく
I'm going to have to
お引
ask
き
you
取
to
りください
leave.
I'm making a scene. I'm making a scene. Look at it. The old people are just staring at me now. I knew this wouldn't work. But.
諦めてください
Akira men da yo. Akira men da yo.
ご予約なしにく
I
だ
will
さい
not see Mrs. Kuze without an appointment. I feel like I'm starting to make a scene. She's the one yelling. Jeez. Are you Kuze? Are you Kuze, please? Oops, I made eye contact. Wait, are you Yoshie Kuze? Hold on. Please, maybe she's just right here.
Who are you? Can I help you?
あいや
Oh
その
no, it's
ちょ吉江さんどちらかわからない
Hey.
人とは
Hey, Mrs. Yoshie, remember, we mustn't interact with strangers.
Is this Mrs. Kuze? Ma'am, I have I have questions.
久世義恵さんですか
Excuse me, are you Yoshie Kuze?
Why, yes, I am.
吉江さんってば
Yoshie?
You can't tell an old lady what to do.
Oh, don't you worry. This young man is harmless.
この人が久世
Ah, she seems
義恵さん
kind.
Yeah, she brought...
Look, oh, did the eggplants identify me? I recognize, what was his name? Yamada? No. Yeah. I recognize the name as eggplants anywhere.
沢子ばあちゃんと会ってるみたいだ
Feels like I'm talking to Grandma Sawako. Is that your grandma? Me?
Oh, my goodness, what's wrong? You suddenly look so sad. Do you have a tummy ache?
あいえ
No,
大
I'm
丈夫です
fine. My name is Apollo Justice. I'm fine.
So you are?
僕宇津木
I'm from the
探偵事務
Utsugi
所
Detective Agency,
お
and I
話を
came here to
聞かせて
speak
い
with
ただ
you.
きたいのですが
Oh my, a detective. Well, how can I help you?
吉江
Mrs.
さ
Yoshie?
I'm sorry, caregiver.
Is this against the rules? This young man seems like he's in some sort of trouble.
ご迷惑をおかけして
I'm so sorry for the inconvenience.
All right.
さんもこう
Since Mrs. Yoshie is okay with it, I'll allow the visit. But don't make a habit of this, okay?
これで
Yes,
ありがとうご
thank
ざい
you.
ます
では
Now I have to have a
奥へどうぞ
Pokemon battle. We locked eyes. Dun 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 da 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 dun da 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 da. What Pokemon does she have, y'all? She has a Roselia. Cause like the chapter's like the language of flowers or what it's called, and she has is there a Pokemon based on eggplants? Maybe, I would imagine at some point. Something big and scary. She also has a Grimmsnarl, and she also has Giratina. Just casually, Grandma has Giratina. Yeah, it makes sense.
Feel free to enter the facility.
Yeah, baby. You can't deny it. We got permission directly from the source.
村からここまで歩いてきたの？大変だったでしょう。
Taihan, it must have been difficult.
Did you walk all the way here from the village? You must be exhausted.
それで
So, what can I do for you, detective?
I don't know what it is, but the rule is, you all know, the rule is old men always sound like they're Southern, and old women always sound like they're British. I don't know, I didn't make the rules, it just happens, you know.
Oh, hello, dearie. What can I do for you?
Like think about freaking, think about the old couple from Persona 3 even. Like, the old man always has to talk like this, like he's from the South or something, from Texas, like he's all the way from Osaka.
And the old lady always has to be prim and proper.
Grandma, I'm so tired. Can you make me a snack with all these eggplants? Yeah, can you make me some ratatouille? Just like the rat. Just like the rat in Ratatouille. Movie hasn't even come out yet in 1990. Alright, before we talk to Oba-chan over here, there is an ad break starting, and I do want to run it before somebody else raids. And I feel like it's going to happen soon, because I always get raided on like 10 to 20 minutes into the hour. So before that happens, I'm going to go ahead and do an ad break, or we can just talk about stuff, y'all. And we'll be back, y'all. We'll be back. Run the ad now. Welcome back, y'all. Grandma's been patiently waiting. We have a nice little sip of tea while we're here. And I was gonna say, but I'm like, I should probably save it for stream. Like, it does make me think about like my own parents, because they're retired and they're getting older, and like I can't care for them because I don't live in my hometown. So I'm like, are they gonna go to a retirement home? How do I know they're gonna be taken care of well? And it's not like one of those retirement homes that just exploits the old people like I always see in freaking Yakuza. Man, I'm gonna have to like do some research. I'll have to. Either that or they'll just move to the Philippines, and in that case I'll be like the only one in charge of the house. File says, come to Finland, you'll cook for me. That's an offer I'll have to put a pin in. Someday. Alright, Grandma Kuze. Any relation to Kuze from Yakuza 0? I hope this doesn't offend you, but I have to ask some tough questions. Can we talk about your grandson Makoto's disappearance 18 years ago? Oh wow, we're not even gonna leave with Junko? We're just gonna talk about Makoto? Yeah, okay. This old lady has enough heartbreak in her life.
Why are you asking?
And she thought I was harmless. I'm investigating a case that may have some connection.
Oh! And Makoto's disappearances. I see.
Let's just start with anything you remember about it.
Oh. Let me ask you one thing.
Of course.
Does Junko know you're here?
Not strictly. I haven't told her. I have to tell the truth, y'all. The truth shall set me free. No, I haven't told her.
I suspected not.
Look, she would have known if I was lying. This is the test. This is the personality test. If I was lying, she'd be like, well, I have nothing to say to a dirty liar like you.
She wouldn't have wanted you to speak with me.
See? Grandma always knows. She knows her granddaughter well. Thank you for the toss.
I understand. Well, I'm not sure if I can help, but I'll tell you what I can.
Ooh, flashback time.
It was July 1st, 18 years ago. Junko's 9th birthday.
On her birthday day? Oh my god.
We wanted to make it as special as we could, so my husband and I were out shopping for a gift. We must have gotten carried away. We were gone far longer than we expected.
Where is there even a place to shop in this town?
We didn't get home until after 7 p.m. And when we did return, there weren't any lights on in the house.
Junko and Makoto were gone.
誠いるの
Junko? Makoto? Where are you two?
どうしたの？
What is it?
何かあっ
What's
たの？
wrong? Oh. F.
茶の間では
We found Makoto sitting in the darkened tea room, staring vacantly. And all around, there were purple flower petals scattered all over the place.
Purple flower petals.
I tried to find out what was going on, but Makoto wouldn't say a word. Then my husband said,
Hey, where's Junko? I can't find Junko anywhere. Makoto, where's Junko? Hey, Makoto! This music is so classical for the recollection of a tragic event. It's like I'm in the sitting room of a fancy ball instead of listening to a lady recount her darkest memories.
when Makoto heard Junko's name, he rushed out of the house.
He probably knew what happened to Junko. She probably got kidnapped by the Smiling Man, and he knew where he was. Probably being like, the Smiling Man was probably like, "If you follow me, kid, oh, you will never see the end of it." And then he did, and then he did because he couldn't bear to see his sister be killed.
Oh, we were in shock. But we waited patiently for the two of them to come back. They didn't return. At around 9 p.m., we called the police. And shortly after that, I heard the front door slide open. I thought, thank goodness, they're back. So we rushed to the front door to greet them. But instead, Junko was the only one there. She had returned without Makoto, in tears. When I asked about Makoto, she just cried harder and wouldn't speak. The police eventually showed up and tried to speak to Junko, but she wouldn't say anything.
Whoa, the search party. Everyone's looking.
Later that night, we searched far and wide for Makoto. Neighbors and police helped us comb the entire village, but we couldn't find him anywhere. And we've never seen him since.
He's gotta be around somewhere. Oh. Ask about the siblings. A neighbor I spoke with said that Makoto and Junko were very close as brother and sister. So what could have happened that day to separate such tight-knit siblings? I didn't expect an answer from that. I shouldn't have even brought it up. Yep. Cool. Good job, me. I sure treaded lightly here. I'm such a good interrogator. Maybe it's just a painful memory she doesn't want to relive, so she stopped talking for now. Well, good job. Good freaking job. Maybe I should change the subject. Look at these flowers, they're very nice. They're purple flowers. Oh, wait, just like the purple flowers surrounding Makoto. Is she looking at my plastic bag? Purple flowers, purple eggplants. What's that you brought with you? Oh, this? One of the villagers gave it to me. What foods are Finland known for? Potatoes. In the north, reindeer and mashed potatoes. Reindeer meat. Oh, I have never tried that. I've tried elk meat, I think I've tried elk meat, or maybe it was deer. Because my friend's uncle went hunting one time and brought back like deer jerky. So that's... I've had something. I forget what exactly it was. And it was like, yeah, this is meat. But like, fresh though? Fish soup? So that's where the fishiness comes from.
そう
I see.
あの子たち
My grandkids loved eggplants, especially Makoto.
そうらしいで
That's
す
what I heard.
ちょっと
Will you listen to another little story?
昔話に付き合ってもらっていい
So you're telling me all I have to do is bring Junko some eggplant, and then she'll be like my best friend? Wow.
ぜひ聞かせてください
I'll be like, hey baby, you want to see my eggplant? No, I don't think Junko would respond well to that. I'd love to, please. Twilight says, rye bread, rye pastries with rice in it? Pastries with rice, wow. Karelian pies. I gotta look that up at some point. That sounds good. You know, when I grew up, I've had many pastries made with rice, but not rice in it. Interesting.
Makoto was a quiet, honest, and kind-hearted boy. He smiled all the time, even if a friend was teasing him, and he never got angry. He was a sweet brother to Junko. Junko used to be annoyed that Makoto never seemed to get angry. She'd get angry on his behalf sometimes. She'd say, "Excuse me, he asked for no pickles. It's because of her that we no longer have a McDonald's in this town. Every single time they would give him pickles, she would get so angry and just punch the living daylights out of the cashier. Soon enough, nobody wanted to work at that location anymore. Such a shame, we never did get those Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card toys." Who's going to protect you, big brother? It's me. I'm going to do it since you won't protect yourself.
Isn't Corellia known for Millennium Falcons? Maybe. Making the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. Images on the Discord? That would be great, Twyla. I'd love to see them. Who did? Makoto disappeared 18 years ago. We're talking to Yoshie Kuze, who is Makoto and Junko's grandmother. They lived with her for so much of their lives, but after Makoto disappeared and after Yoshie's husband passed away, then Junko left to be a detective 2 years ago.
She always said she would protect her big brother. You got those eggplants from Tayama, didn't you?
Yeah, she knows. I'm thinking. Let's hear what Yoshie has to say. Okay, about who?
He was one of those big brothers who would sort of let his younger sister call the shots, but deep down he knew she was his little sister. She was so adorable. And even as feisty as Junko was, I'm sure she looked up to him as a big brother.
So much eggplant talk. You know it's going to be a plot point.
Even when she seemed a bit soft, he was always protecting her. When it came to Junko, it was almost like Makoto was a different person.
I'm sorry, there's so much talk about a person named Junko and a person named Makoto, I can't help but think Danganronpa. Blade, nice fourth. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a nice dinner if you're lurking.
He was usually so timid. He was scared of the dark country roads at night.
I mean, who wouldn't be?
In fact, he didn't want to leave the house after dark. At least, until the day he disappeared.
See, yeah. Like, even though he was afraid, he wanted to protect Junko. And that was the one thing. Protecting her is the one thing that would have gotten him to leave. And then he never came back.
One night when Junko suddenly came down with a high fever, Makoto ran to the hospital by himself in the middle of the night to alert a doctor.
I mean, you could go to the pharmacy instead first.
Can you imagine how the doctor reacted? He couldn't believe Makoto had done that. And Makoto actually stayed up that whole night watching over Junko.
What a caring brother. There's no way he would have left unless he was taken away or killed.
Junko was so sweet to Makoto, and he was a protective big brother. Junko and Makoto's parents died in a terrible accident. Oh, but Junko was still just a baby. She cried all the time, even after coming to the village. It must have been so hard. She couldn't have the love she needed from her parents.
I'm sure, Yoshie, you and your husband gave enough love. Enough. But it could never be enough. Ooh. On a less depressing note, let's look at the food that Twyla put in the chat. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Karelian pies. Oh, these look pretty interesting. They kind of look like tarts, but with rice. How the heck? Oh, it's a web pea. Oh my goodness, it's a web pea. How did I know? How did I know it was gonna be a web pea? What's going on? Chaotic Chow, thank you for the raid. Wow, everybody who raided, you get to see these pies. They're from Finland, apparently, and they're called Karelian pies. And apparently they also make a lot of rye bread. Wow, we're just looking at nice pictures from Twyla Fishy in the chat to keep our mind off the depressing talk that's happening in the story right now, y'all. Wow, look at all this rye bread too. I didn't know it. Like, are these bagels or are they just bread that happen to be bagel shaped? Like rye bagels. I like how they're like on a pole. I don't know how they got there, but you know, it makes you just want to like jump up and rip one off of the rip one off of the ceiling. Just like, it's a nice convenient place to put your bread. Make sure the ants can't get into it, you know? Wow. Pretty good. Egg, what's up, Oni Link? How's it going? Welcome on in, Raiders. Hope you all are doing good. I may have been lurking a little bit, watching Chaotic play a little bit of Visions of Mana. I don't know much about that game, but I'm assuming it's another game in the Mana series, considering the title. And I did like the Mana series growing up. Second Densetsu, you know? I played the Game Boy one, which was, you know, called Final Fantasy Adventure, I think. And that was a fun time. But anyway, the new one looks beautiful. It looks like a really, really beautiful game. And I'm hoping you're enjoying it, because, dang, it's a series I always wanted to get more into. But I really only ever played the Game Boy one back in the day. Easy storage. I want a bread pole in my house. Y'all, meet me at the bread pole. We can have some rye bread. More traditional to have them done like that? Gotta look it up later. That's interesting. Wow. Either way. Yeah, thank you, Aniv. Thank you. Good things about Visions. A nice little chill game. It did look pretty chill. Anyway, welcome on in, y'all. We're playing Famicom Detective Club, the new one. And we're solving a murder mystery. But first, we're solving a mystery of a mysterious disappearance from 18 years ago. We're asking a grandmother here at a retirement home. She's the only one who knows anything about her grandson's mysterious disappearance 18 years ago. So anyway. Oh no. Oh no, did she become quiet again?
Junko did cry a lot, poor thing. Makoto would watch over his sister with a smile on his face, not saying a word. Sometimes Junko would tease him and ask if he was sad, but Makoto would just say, "I could never be sad with you as a little sister." That's what he always said.
Is that all?
Some nights after Junko went to sleep, I noticed that Makoto would cry alone. He never showed that sort of emotion in front of us. He was usually all smiles. He was the smiling boy, we used to say. Now he might be a smiling man.
We solved the case, y'all. He's the smiling man.
The poor boy had helped heal and nurture Junko. Those precious kids. They're both irreplaceable.
It might be linked to the bag murder. It might. There's a concern I have in the back of my head, but I can't imagine why. My concern is that Makoto, when he disappeared 18 years ago, one, he's out there somewhere. Two, maybe he went insane, or somebody maybe the smiling man took him under his wing, and then he became the next smiling man, and that's why the murders are back. And we have to be like, Makoto, would Junko, what would she say if she saw you like this? doing the very murders that you tried to not have her done to her. Oh my god. Oh my god, Makoto, what happened? I would be devastated if Makoto was the new smiling man. What the hell? Probably wears turtlenecks. No, please. I don't want. That'd be so tragic. This story is already tragic. Like a dread pirate Robert with more bags. Alright, Yoshie, you're gonna have to, like, stick to one topic because I keep having to switch between the three. Is that it then? So young Detective Kuze and her brother Makoto had a strong bond as children. It sounds like they were as happy as a brother and sister can be. So what could have happened between them on that day 18 years ago? That piece of the puzzle is still missing. There must have been something to trigger their actions that day. How do I ask then my next question? Maybe I look at the purple flowers and it'll be like, the purple flowers! Purple flowers. Say. Yes? Have you ever seen an eggplant flower? An eggplant flower? I told you all the eggplants were going to be important. No, I have not. But now that I'm thinking about it, like, is that what that is? Is that eggplant flowers?
Yeah.
Robin and Batman Beyond moment. You hold out hope for Makoto. I swear, if it's that tragic, I will cry. I don't know. No? I wonder if the scattered flower petals she mentioned could have been... Well, they have very pretty purple flowers. A shade of purple, just like Junko's favorite. Eggplant flowers. On the night that Makoto disappeared, Junko finally calmed down and spoke with me. She explained what happened and why there were eggplant flower petals everywhere. What? Back then, my husband and I were avid gardeners. Oh, now it's sad music. I'm gonna get a sad story about eggplants of all things. Oh my god. Chat, help. I don't know if I can handle this. Y'all are gonna have to be there with me. We made wonderful meals from our vegetable garden. Naturally, the kids took an interest, especially when they tasted how delicious everything was. Junko started saying, I want to grow vegetables too. I asked her what kind of vegetables she was the most interested in growing, and she said, eggplants, because my brother loves them so much. Let's grow some for his birthday as a surprise. She was just so adorable. Anyway, we thought she could manage some eggplant, so we staked out a small plot in the backyard. We figured Makoto wouldn't find it because he hated the bugs back there. It was going to be a secret. Did you keep the secret? The plan was to harvest in July, which was when both kids had their birthdays. And Junko looked after them every day. She was almost egging on the eggplants to grow. Oh, Junko was a terrific gardener. And the eggplants grew nicely, with lots of blooming flowers. Oh yes, eggplant tears, of course, Squidgy. She was just overjoyed. She'd ask me every day when she could finally harvest them. When I told her that it would be around the time of Makoto's birthday, she was overjoyed. She was so excited. She didn't realize that the flowers were going to bloom on her birthday. So she came home from school that day. I'm home! Hey Junko, guess what? I have a present for you.
プレゼント？
A present? What for? It's your birthday, and I got some flowers in your favorite shade of purple. Happy birthday! お誕生日おめでとうございます。
お兄ちゃん。
Are those? Look, he might not know. I know it's not much, but I really thought you liked them.
兄ちゃんからのプレゼントだよ。裏庭で見つけたんだ。
And they were just in our backyard. Can you believe it? So beautiful and in full bloom. Wait, but does picking the flowers make the eggplants not grow?
純子を喜ばせたい一心だったんでし
Oh,
ょうね。
cause fruits. Is eggplant actually a fruit? Cause fruits grow from the flowers. So if he picked the flowers, oh no, he ruined the eggplants. Oh no. I know his heart was in the right place, but oh, what he had done.
その花は。
Those are eggplant flowers.
お兄ち
You
ゃんがバカ。
idiot! I was growing
それは
those.
純子が育ててたナスの花なんだよ。
But he just wanted to get you flowers for your birthday.
お兄ちゃんの
I
誕生
planted
日
them
プ
for
レゼ
you,
ントにって。
and I've been tending to them for months. And what?
お兄ちゃん。
I hate you.
お兄ちゃん
I hate you. I wish you just go
ど
away.
っかに行っちゃえばいいのに。
No, Junko, please, please. Your brother just wanted to do something nice. Junko.
これが
That's how Junko
私が
remembers
純
it.
子から聞いた話です。
So that's what happened 18 years ago.
そんなことが
Oh, it was a rift between them. But they were just trying to be nice for their birthday day, and they were just wanted to give them presents and oh ho ho ho. バカみたい子供なのね。夢を追って傷ついて。
自分にとって最もかけがえのない
That must have been traumatizing.
いつも当たり
For
前
Junko
の
to have lost her brother like that after such an intense fight.
幼い日の癖
I'm sure she took it hard.
さぞ自分
She probably blamed herself
そして誠さん
and
自
poor
身
Makoto to have upset his sister so much when he only ever wanted to make her happy.
相当なショッ
The whole incident sounds like it was a shock.
クお互いを強く
What an irony that their love for each other is what ultimately tore them apart.
あまりにも
It's so sad. Oh, now's not the time for sipping. Now's the time for crying. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
吉江さんの話を聞こうその後
Junko was so depressed after the incident. She cried and cried, feeling like it was all her
ひどく
fault.
落ち込んでしまって
I do need to replenish these tears, True, though. Thank you. I tried to think of ways to cheer her up. I don't know if it made a difference, but at one point, I helped her press some of the flowers into bookmarks. I told her that we'd keep them as good luck charms. Maybe they would help bring Makoto back one day. I repeated that again and again, almost like a mantra. Since then, we both carried ours everywhere. Junko especially treasures hers. Wow. Does she still have it?
よしえさん、もうすぐ
Yoshi,
夕食の時
dinner will
間
be
で
ready
すよ。
soon. Oh, already? Well, time flies when you get chatting, doesn't it? I've heard lots of stories. It's probably time for me to head out. Junko's had a sad life. When I first met Junko in this story at the crime scene, I was curious how important of a character she'd be. I still don't know. I mean, she's obviously assigned to the case, but like the fact that I've barely even interacted with her proper, like it's I know she's tough and cold on the outside, but that's because she just doesn't want people to know how hard she's had life. She has to be tough.
she has to be tough in order to like bear with the pain that she's been feeling for 18 years. And I feel like we understand her more. If there's anything that like always just makes me feels in Ace Attorney Yakuza games, it's like when somebody you know is super tough and they're one of the like most hardened people you know, and then you just hear from a family member, you hear from one of their like best friends from years and years ago what brought them to that point, even though you didn't see it yourself. It's like one of those exceptions to the show don't tell rule. It's like one of those times where it's like you only really can tell it, and it's told in a way that the person themselves would never tell you, and that's what makes it feel so real. Wow. It's Yoshie. You thought her name was Yoshio? Now wait a minute. Yes, I mean... Huh? Really, you shared much more than I expected.
Is that so? No. I wonder if Junko will be upset.
Uh-oh.
Oh, don't be nervous. I won't tell her.
She gets it. Wow. Well, thank you very much, ma'am. Do I see her notebook entry now? Yoshie Kuze, 83 years old. Along with her husband, she took in and raised both Junko and Makoto. Lives in relaxed Yukariko village. Carries the same type of bookmark with a pressed eggplant flower. Junko. Oh man, there's so many pages on Junko already. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Okay, on the day Eisuke died, Detective Kuze visited her home. She's really a sweetheart underneath her strong and severe countenance. Her favorite color is purple. Alright, I'm calling it now. We're gonna like find a purple flower and we're gonna bring it to Junko, and she's gonna like trust us. We're gonna bring the eggplants to her. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I hope I haven't overstayed.
Don't be silly. I haven't spoken to anyone about Junko or Makoto in a long time. It was a pleasure. Just one more thing, Mr. Detective. Do you know what eggplant flowers represent?
I know what the eggplant emoji represents. Probably not the same thing. No, I'm afraid I don't. Bring the eggplant to her. Oh, you know. She's gonna see the eggplant, she's gonna break down crying. Because it's a tragic story.
Well, they represent happiness, truth, and hope.
Happiness, truth, and hope. That's lovely. Thank you for sharing.
Junko taught me about that, believe it or not. She clings to the hope that if we hold on to the pressed flower bookmarks, one day Makoto will come back. I guess we both cling to that hope, actually. Now today, a detective with a bag of eggplants came to talk to me about Makoto. It feels like fate.
Makoto and Hope, no, please, not the Danganronpas. Please, this is serious.
Anyhow, I guess that's why I felt like I ought to tell you the whole story.
Wow, thank you, Tayama. Thank you, Tayama. You gave me the key to this entire mystery.
I can't explain it, but I have a gut feeling that you'll be the one to finally reunite Junko and Makoto.
Well, I hope that's not in the case that Makoto is dead, because then that means I'd kill Junko, so they can be reunited.
Well, if you need any more information, please feel free to come back anytime.
Thank you, I will. I'll get going now. Wow. Oh my goodness. This was a nice emotional stream today, y'all. This game, I am in love with this game. And I still don't know anything about the mystery, but I'm slowly but surely learning more and more. The pace is so deliberate, honestly. Oh, look, this is chapter 3. So if it ends after this, it's like, yeah, that was chapter 3, huh? Do you want to buy the full game now? Do you want to buy the full game after that emotional story? You have to want to know what happens next, right? Oh, Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo, I see what you're doing. Well, joke's on you. I have the full game. Hello, I'm back.
あってあれ
Wait, what? Oh, okay, I said dare, which means who, which means, is there somebody new here? Thanks for all your hard work today. Let's get after it again tomorrow, Ayumi. Well, I guess I came back too late. Oh, I don't get to have a recap with Ayumi today, but it's tradition. Has Ayumi gone home already? I like that CRT TV. Can I play Famicom on that? It'd be nice if there was a Famicom hooked up to it. Well, it's late, but I should probably wrap up today's investigation. Now, will he charge the phone or not? Oh, Adobo-san, charge the phone. Charge the phone, I beg of you. You're gonna get into some trouble if you don't charge your phone. Like, the fact that he hasn't charged it and nothing's come of it yet makes me think that, like, he's gonna forget again. Tomorrow something bad's gonna happen, and he's like, damn it, I should have charged my phone. Well, it's late. We'll wrap up today's investigation. How about I charge my phone?
そうだ充電
Wait, do I actually have to remember to charge the phone? Is that why it hasn't been charged? Oh my god, I thought it was just like part of the story. Oh, that's hilarious. Wait, I really like that. But also, like, damn, it took me this long to realize. Oh, that's hilarious. Use phone, charge it, please. Jesus. Does that mean I could have called a taxi before? Does that mean I could have called Utsugi before? Oh no, does that mean like I could have called Ayumi or something? Well, okay. That's funny. That's really funny. Luckily, we did not urgently need it. I wonder how much that changes the story. That's right, I need to charge this thing. Here we go, but I guess it'll be a while before I can use it. What the hell? Oh my god. I mean, I'll just leave it overnight, right? Takes a while to fully charge. I hope that doesn't mean like I'll leave it charging for an entire day. Let's summarize the investigation. Oh, let me save real quick. Detective Kuze and her brother lost their parents at a young age and were raised by grandparents. It explodes in the night and the office burns down. Gosh dang, nickel cadmium batteries from the 90s. The grandmother Yoshie helped make sure that they were raised in a loving environment in the village. It sounds like they formed a close and supportive family. It's really funny how I grew up with all these warnings about how you charge batteries. But like, I really had... I feel I only had like one thing, like a camcorder or something that ever used a nickel cadmium battery. And then from then on, every other rechargeable battery I've ever encountered in my life was lithium. It's really funny, but though, like, all the information on the internet and all the manuals were like, don't charge it like this, don't charge it like that. It never mattered. It never mattered because lithium is just really good, honestly. It almost really, like, sure, there are things you can do to prolong the life, but it really doesn't make a big difference. Yeah. One of those old bricks, it'll be the only thing left intact, right? The phone will be fine. The office, not so much. Something terrible happened on Junko's 9th birthday. Junko ran out of the house in tears because Makoto picked the eggplant flowers. Because Makoto picked the eggplant flowers. Yes. She was upset because she had been carefully growing the eggplants for him. Condoriano says, your sister flushed a Nokia down the toilet on accident. You could still call it for hours and get it to ring. Did y'all, like, call a plumber? And, like, get it out of there, or what? Did you, like... Because, like, sometimes I know plumbers... I don't know why, I've been getting a lot of plumber shorts on YouTube. Sometimes they flush, like, a radio thing down the toilet so that they can find a blockage because they can trace the signal to where in the pipes it gets stuck. So, like, maybe they called the phone and tried to listen for it and, like, oh, that's where it is. You had an iPod that was plugged in with low batteries. It was expanding a few hours later. Yes, definitely. That'll happen. Hopefully you didn't. You kept the iPod. If it was a Nano, it was probably cooked. But like, you can get a lot of nice new modern batteries for iPods these days. They're very fun to open and just replace. It's very easy too. Like, you think of Apple, you think of like, oh yeah, I want to repair this iPhone. I'm sorry, I need to heat it up so the glue comes apart and like break the water sealing cover. Like, no, iPods are super repairable. It's almost weird to think of them as Apple products. Anyway, what's up, Pep Talks? Pep Talks. Pep, I was lurking your stream a little bit, waiting for you to finish Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, but I had to start my stream, so unfortunately I couldn't. Unfortunately, I could not, because by the time that I started, you still hadn't played Paper Mario. But if you did finish it, I hope you had a good time. Welcome on in, Apparition Online, Case Desu, AM702, Chupacabra. Welcome, Sniper, Zinthral. Welcome, how's it going? You were yapping too much. I mean, as long as you had fun, right? Did you play the game? Did you finish it, at least? I'm hoping. I need to go see your VOD, because dang, I love watching people finish Paper Mario games. It's always a time. Yeah. First stream back. I imagine it's probably been a while, right? Yeah, welcome back. How was your trip? I don't even know where you went, but where did you go? Tomorrow's the ending? I see. Big Damn Gamers, welcome on in. Yeah, welcome on in, y'all. We're having a nice little cozy recap in the Famicom Detective Club. Welcome to the Famicom Detective Club. May I take your membership fee, please? I keep acting like there's a fee, but no, it's not a club, it's an actual detective agency. I find it funny that he thinks of it as a club, though, because he started this when he was in high school, so that's probably the only way they were, like, legally allowed to join. But now, this character, like, this is a sequel to the other two Detective Club games. This character is an adult now, he's 19. So he could just say that he's hired as a private investigator now. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that, like, this game is like so many years after. But yeah, welcome on in. We're playing Famicom Detective Club. If anybody doesn't know me, my name is Chris. I like to play visual novels and RPGs. Oh, also, welcome on in, Zelda Nut as well. And thanks for the follow. And I like to do the voice acting. This game has it already, but it's in Japanese, so I kind of lowered it a little bit. But they've got some pretty famous voice actors in here. Like, for instance, my character has the same voice as Makoto from Danganronpa. Yeah. Went to Washington State, first time for your sister's wedding. Oh, nice! Nice! Heck yeah. How was the West Coast? Was it warm? There's definitely a heat wave in California right now. Unless you're usually in the West Coast. I don't know where you usually are. But there's been a heat wave, and I'm like, air conditioning, please. You beat the Black Dragon first try, got the star, waited to fight your internet was lagging. Oh, I see. Well. Next time, though. I'm glad I didn't miss it then. I'm glad I did not miss the ending. Next time. Yeah, y'all go check out Pep. Pep, she's been playing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Do you know what you're gonna play after you beat it? Maybe another RPG? Maybe Persona? Virginia, East Coast. Well, welcome. Hope you had a good time over on the West Coast. It's a very different feeling when you see the sunset, and then the sun is like on the opposite side. You know? Chrono Trigger, Earthbound. Oh, it's two of my favorite games ever. You're gonna enjoy them. You're gonna love them. Heck yeah. I've yet to stream them on stream because I've been saving them for like a day when I feel like I have enough of an audience for it. And I feel like, honestly, I could start playing one of those games. It's just that too many games have been coming out. But one of these days, I will stream Chrono Trigger and Earthbound. Earthbound is such a formative game for me. I actually have a copy of it. I wish I had it back from the 90s when it was only like $5 in a bargain bin. But alas, no. I paid hundreds of dollars for it in the box. And it is scary that it now costs thousands of dollars. Jeez. But, when I first was able to get a job in my adult life, that's like, I knew what I would buy. I knew what's one of the first things I'd buy with my adult money, you know? Which one is better if I have an opinion? They're both they're both RPGs, but they're kind of different. It's really funny that I love both of them, for different reasons, and it's like I've realized. So Chrono Trigger has a really good story. It's written by Yuji Horii, who's the writer of the Dragon Quest games. So no dip that he's filled it with so much like adventure and intrigue and intrepidness. Like, it's such a gripping story, a tale of absolute heroism, and it really makes you feel like you're making a difference in the world. It's not just like you're saving the world, you're saving the entire timeline, basically, because, you know, it's a game about time travel. That's all I'll say, because, you know, it's kind of in the name. Earthbound is more like a coming-of-age kind of game, but it's presented in such a unique and quirky way that, like, when you're growing up, you just seeing like, oh, silly things are happening, and I'm getting stronger because I'm a cool kid. But then you play it again as an adult, and you're like, oh, we're actually growing and maturing, and we're like making it through these hardships in the world because the world's this crazy, like, hostile place. But there's still a sense of wonder to it. There's still people who are nice in it. There's still people who want to help and are legitimately want to help you. Oh, I love both of those games so much. But the reason I say it's funny that I love both is because I've realized that Dragon Quest is the combination of both of them. The game mechanics of Earthbound are very similar to Dragon Quest. Like, the battle system's very similar, and the way that, like, the mechanics work. And of course, Chrono Trigger is written by Yuji Horii. So, yeah, I realized that Dragon Quest is my favorite game before I realized it was my favorite game. Based off this, you're leaning Earthbound? Fair enough, I think. I think Chrono Trigger is more of a game to be like get into it, lock in fully. And Earthbound is like, you play it kind of like casually, but then you realize how deep it becomes. The answer is Dragon Quest. Yeah, basically. Basically. Hey, if you play Dragon Quest, I recommend 4, honestly. I know that remake of 3 is coming out soon, but I recommend 4 as well. Earthbound's very funny. And the rolling HP meter. Yeah, there's some unique gameplay to it too. You just don't get a game like Earthbound very often. There are games that are quirky, sure, but it always comes to like the comparison to Earthbound. But anyway, I've been yapping. Thank you for coming on by. If you need to like do post-stream stuff, I totally understand. Welcome on into the Famicom Detective Club, and you know, I can recap the story happening right here. I'm a part of a PI detective agency. There's a murder of a middle school kid, and it's very similar to these serial murders that happened 18 years ago. And I have been tasked with investigating a mysterious disappearance of a child from 18 years ago that may have something to do with the current case. And we went to talk. We tried to talk to the detective who is on this case because she is actually the sister of the child that disappeared. But she wasn't there. But we were able to get into contact with her grandmother who remembered what happened 18 years ago. And turns out it was pretty sad. Pretty sad. They were brother and sister, they were inseparable. But one birthday it all went wrong. She was trying to grow eggplants for his birthday, but he picked the flowers prematurely and ruined the eggplants because he wanted to get her a birthday present. And they just had a fight, and then he's been missing since. Gonna fall into lurk. No problem, Pep. Have a good lurk. So anyway, we're recapping at the end of the day. When he realized that he had ruined the surprise gift of eggplants that Junko had been growing, Makoto was stunned. And he didn't notice that Junko had run off. Eventually, he realized that she was gone. So he left home in search of his sister. And he never returned. When Junko returned, still in tears, she said she thought it was her fault that Makoto was gone. But I'm still missing details about what happened while they were away, and why she returned alone. I've got to reveal a bit more of the puzzle. And I think I'll have to suck it up and speak with Detective Kuze herself. Of course, even if I have the courage, I doubt she'd be willing to give me the whole story. Oh, right. After the fact, Junko was obviously upset, and Yoshie tried to cheer her up. Yoshie said that they crafted something together, right? What was it that they made? Bookmarks. Don't tell me I have to type it in. Okay. Select the keyword from the notebook that I believe to be the correct answer. Okay. Oh, this is nice. Like a little mini game. Okay, I have to look at Yoshie Kuze, and then made bookmarks.
そう
Yeah. Thanks for the follows.
押し花にしたしおりだ
Hope y'all are having a cozy time. Welcome on in, Ume Ume. Umi Ume. Sorry, rather. Yes. Bookmarks with pressed eggplant flowers.
久世刑事と吉江さんは
Man, part of me is like, oh, this is so sad and touching.
肌身離さず
And
持っ
like,
ているみたいだ
part of me is like, man, why does it have to be eggplants? The internet has ruined eggplants, but this is actually a touching story, though. Avel, welcome on in. How you doing? Welcome on. Sprint, did you put Avel up to this? Go check out Avel playing Fire Emblem. Oh, wow. A lot of people playing Fire Emblem recently. Yeah, hope you had a good time, Avel. I know Avel, Gerudo streamer. Heckin' heck. How you doing? How you doing? Go give her a follow. Know her through Origination and some other friends as well. We don't. I feel like we don't interact as much as we should. It's just like we stream at the same time, you know. Hope you're having a nice time. Yeah. Game looks neat. You had to raid in. Oh, Famicom Detective. I just got raided earlier, and I've been talking about it. It's a murder mystery game, and don't be worried about it looking scary. It's just like the framing around an urban legend, but for the most part, it's like a Phoenix Wright, you know? There has been a murder, and it is kind of sad and gruesome, but we would be remiss not to get to the bottom of it and avenge the people who have died. You know? And apparently eggplants. Just real quick, to catch everybody up to speed. We interrogated a grandmother who knows what happened 18 years ago, because the case is connected to serial murders that happened 18 years ago, but also potentially to a mysterious disappearance that happened 18 years ago. Yeah. Welcome on in, everybody. Hope you all had a good stream. And if you need to do post-stream stuff, Avel, I totally understand. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. If anybody doesn't know me, I like to play games and do the voice acting. Like this.
ナスの花言葉は
It sounds like both Detective Kuze and Yoshie each still carry one of the bookmarks around with them. And Yoshie told me that eggplant flowers represent happiness, truth, and hope.
その気持ちと
Keeping that symbolism in mind,
彼女は
I wonder if Junko was inspired to become a detective because she believed her brother was still out there.
刑事を志したんじゃない
I like to think so. I like to think so. We never did find him. He's probably still out there somewhere.
そして
Eventually, Junko grew up and moved away. A few years later, after Yoshie's husband passed, Yoshie moved to a retirement home called Relax Yukuriko Village. So for now, the Kuze family home is vacant. But the house will be demolished soon. The house will be demolished soon. Yes, that's right. And Detective Kuze stopped by recently for a final check of sorts. It must have been 3 days ago, or one day before Eisuke Sasaki's body was found. Wait, didn't Detective Kuze tell the neighbor that she had to get going because she'd be working early the next morning? But wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. I had assumed that she knew she was working early because the body was found at night, and then in the morning, like, she'd have to go check it out. But wait. No, supposedly the story goes that the body was found in the morning. So how would she know? Did she know about the murder from somewhere else? Did she commit the murder? Oh no, don't tell me it's one of those stories where the detective on the case committed the murder. No, but she's already so tragic.
佐々木くんの事件を予想したまさ
Heck
に
yeah,
刑事の
voice acting. I do pride myself on it though. Does that mean she's such a good detective that she knew there'd be a murder? No. Everyone is the murderer. If there's anything that this game is doing pretty well, it's actually making me suspicious of multiple people. And like, there's a possibility that anyone could be the murderer.
なわけないか
No, that'd be crazy. I think I did pretty well today, if I say so myself. Thank you, me. I pat myself on the back.
自分で自分
I
を
feel like
褒めたんだ
patting myself on the back.
さて明日の調査
No one's the obvious suspect, except for maybe Basachi. I don't know. I hope it's not Basachi because he's the most obvious person. I really hope that's not the case. I hope he's just like weird. But not like a little too familiar weird. He's just like excited weird. He's very emotional. The only person you don't think the murderer is me, the Chris in game. So you're saying I, the chicken, could have done it? You never know. Now I need to decide on a plan for tomorrow. You know what might happen? I might have charged my phone and I forget it in the office, and then I just don't have it for the next part. I'm too tired right now. Let's talk with Ayumi first thing in the morning and decide. Chicken attack. Chicken attack. I half expected a chapter 4. A suspect. Oh? Now we're getting to the good stuff. I was half expecting Basachi to just like go in my face. Good morning. Sorry I'm late. Look, I was here late. I get to come in late. That's the rules. Same thing as I do at work. All right, y'all. Just real quick before we get into the next chapter, an ad's about to start, so I'm gonna run it real quick, and we'll just chat about stuff. All right. If you don't have a sub, I'll be back in 3 minutes. If you do have a sub, let's just talk about stuff. Usually food. Usually food. Oh, wait for the chicken. Now we can go on break. Alright, welcome back. We had a nice little discussion about TwitchCon off stream. Once again, you gotta come here live for all the juicy details. Anyway, we're finally back in the morning. Now. Hopefully we can recap with Ayumi and Utsugi over here. And just prove that I haven't been dilly-dallying, you know? Good morning! Sorry I'm late! Oh, they're not here today either? Uh-oh. I'm starting to worry about Ayumi. What if... Oh no, what if Tsubasa Fukuyama kidnapped her? Oh, Yumi's not even here. Is she out investigating? Yeah, like, what if he kidnapped her and he left the note? Because he knows her name, he could have left the note in her name. Oh. Oh, good, my phone is finally charged. Thank goodness. Thank goodness I'm here. Yes, hello? I knew that wasn't the office phone. I knew it was my cell phone. Good, we finally charged the phone. Oh, you know, I feel like I did try to use the phone earlier, before. But it was like, oh, I can't use the phone. The Utsugi's right here. Like, I didn't even think to charge it. Maybe I did do everything right. Yes, hello? Chris. Late night for you yesterday. It was, yeah. But I learned quite a bit. Oh, really? I'd love to hear all about it. It's a flip phone, too. Honestly, this is a really nice phone for 1990. I'm just gonna say this game takes place in 1990 and not be right. It's fine. Like, what the heck? This is really compact for a cell phone in 1990. Man, it doesn't even have an antenna, like an external one. A flip phone type. Wanted one as a kid, never had one. I had a flip phone in like 2006. It was an old Samsung, you know, before they made Galaxies. And I'm sure it's still around somewhere. But yeah, the only game on it was like Orkanoid or Breakout or whatever you want to call it. That was the only game on it. It wasn't even a cool Nokia with Snake on it. No, I only had Breakout. Man. But yeah, like, I could only use that phone for emergencies, and it was like, I didn't even have a texting plan, you know? They make new flip phones. Yeah, like, I would kind of want a Motorola, the new Razr, or the Samsung Galaxy Flip. I've been interested in them, but, like, the one thing that's stopping me is, like, it's made with a plastic screen, and it's gonna scratch. Like, we have not had scratchable phone screens in so long. You're gonna tell me we went back to that? Like, what? Come on, man. No, I don't want to go back to that. Then again, plastic phone screens won't shatter like the glass ones of today do. So maybe it is better to get a plastic one instead. Japan was in the future, that is true though. Your friend has the flip. Yeah, it's fun. I would like to have one, but I don't want to pay more than a regular phone. And I don't want it to scratch. Once they solve those two things, I might get one. Gotta get back Back to the past, Samsung, Jack.
Watch out!
Yeah. That's great. I can't wait to tell you about it. Where are you?
ごめんなさい。
Oh, sorry.
実
I'm
は
actually...
Huh?
午後から
I'm actually supposed to meet with Mr. Fukuyama this afternoon.
Don't do it, girl. He's gonna kidnap you. Mr. Fukuyama? Oh, right.
先輩
The guy who made me force a smile.
聞いてくれるって言ってたか
He
ら
said that he talked to some more kids at the school, so
何か有
I'm hoping he's come up with something promising. Maybe a lead?
わね
I'm getting my hopes up.
Yeah, I hear you.
あなたは今日どんな
What are you going to investigate today?
I think I'll go to the library archives and look up how they covered those murders 18 years ago.
わかったわ
Sounds good.
気をつけて
Stay
行ってね
Bye.
じゃあ
Thanks, Ayumi. You stay safe too. Oh, and say hello to Mr. Fukuyama for... Oh. She can't... Oh. No. Oh, no. I'm hoping that I'm not, like, being too worrisome. But, like, what if Fukuyama is, like, forcing her to, like, hang out with him? Because maybe he's the killer and he's, like, trying to throw her off the trail, or he's trying to make her the next victim. Like, oh, I'm just worried. She already out, though. I'm just worried. Okay, before we do anything, what was I gonna do? Was I gonna check something? I check my phone, make sure it's charged. He's probably suspicious on purpose to throw us off. Maybe it's like just that, and like my worries. They might use that in the writing to make it seem like I'm just jealous, and I'm like, no, wait, I'm actually worried. Am I jealous? I don't know. I'm being gaslit. Can I call Mr. Asugi at least? I feel like if I'm gonna do that, I should use the office phone.
Chris, how's your investigation going?
Well, I'm still a bit anxious that I'm missing a lot of crucial information.
That's understandable. This case is a little different than those you've worked on before. It's rated M for mysterious. But I'm sure you'll be fine. I hope you and Ayumi are collaborating well. I'm counting on both of you.
Yes, I understand. I've got to do my best. No pressure at all. Oh, yeah. I'm hoping that didn't just use up all my phone battery. Man. Alright. What's going on? What's a double platinum? Oh, Sprint re-platinum Kingdom Hearts. Oh, you know it. You know what, Sprint. But Sprint, how are you ever going to have the time to do that in time for next year's Kingdom Hearts? You gotta finish it within a year. Let's go to the library. No one's here. I will look at this TV. I can't look at anything. Look at the desk. My desk. It's a bit cluttered with my notes and office supplies. Can I look at the water heater? No? I can't have a little cup ramen before I go? Oh well. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to hear Ayumi say, Janet.
わかったわ気をつけて行ってきてねじゃあね
Adorable. Alright, now we can go to the library.
行ってきます。
Itadakimasu. I'm off. Imagine one call being too much. Look, it's a 90s phone. I don't have high hopes. It's basically an 80s phone. Because, like, you know,
早速中に入って調査を。
Mr. Otsugi probably doesn't have the budget to get us the latest and greatest. So it probably is an 80s phone. I'd like to head in and start investigating as soon as possible, but
18年も前
I probably ought to have a plan. The murders were 18 years ago, so I'm sure I have to do some digging. Huh. I mean, I know it was July, or was it June? No, July of 18 years ago. So I just have to start with the newspapers around that time, right? Think.
闇雲に調べ
It doesn't make sense to drive in without a plan. That's right, I should check with Mr. Otsugi to see if he has any advice. It sure is nice to have this cell phone. Cool, great. I'm gonna use up all the battery now.
Hello, Chris. Did you forget something that you wanted to ask?
Oh, I like that they're addressing the fact that I just called them. Yes, so sorry for bothering you more than once. See, the game is keeping track of how many calls I make. I swear, I actually might be able to run the battery. So I'm about to go into the library to see what I can find about the cases from 18 years ago. But I thought I'd check with you first to see if you had any advice for researching or anything to avoid.
Let's see. Well, look for serial girl murders, since that's what it was called. And pay close attention to the first case. You'll want to learn how the incident was reported and how the news covered the story that year. Then once you've gone over the material, you'll want to review your notes to see what jumps out. If something seems off, I'd recommend focusing in on that key point and investigating further. I think you'll find a lot of connections between the events of 18 years ago by the time you're done. I strongly believe that Makoto's disappearance is related to the murders. And I wouldn't be surprised if the information you uncover helps us get to the bottom of the Sasaki case as well.
That makes sense. Thank you, sir.
I also have a strong suspicion that the urban legend of Emio the Smiling Man will play into it all. At least that's my current assumption as I investigate.
Don't worry, Mr. Utsugi. Ayumi and I are on it. Egg.
Thank you. I'm fortunate to have such excellent assistants. I'm counting on you both.
Thank you, sir. I'll be off now. That's one more call. Maybe I can only make one more today? Oh boy. Alright, now we can go in. Alright, let's go in. Biddy Melon, welcome on in. But what about eggplant? Don't worry, it's Biddy Melon, not Bitter Melon. Let's see, I'm guessing newspaper archives will be the best source for information on older cases. Yeah, don't forget, libraries still have these. Are these the newspapers? Wow. They're like bound and everything. I have a year's worth of papers from 18 years ago to get started on. We'll start with July. They're heavy. Anyway, I'll stop whining for now and check them out. Can I think first? No, I don't have to look through everything. Man. I'm gonna look. Where? I'm gonna start with 5, 6. No, I'm gonna start with 6, 7. Or 7, 8, rather. These are newspaper clippings from July and August of 18 years ago. Although, I guess that's when the murders stopped, so really I should be looking at June. By this point, they're calling the crimes the serial girl murders and giving them a lot of coverage. Which means that these articles must not be about the very first of the serial murders. Let's see. Apparently the first incident happened in February. Let's take a look at January and February clippings. Oh good, look at that, I'm being a detective. I'm looking at newspaper clippings from January and February of 18 years ago. Imagine a demake of this game. I'd be kind of curious to see somebody like turn this back into a Famicom game. Cause okay, hold on, I need to bring up like a comparison. Famicom Detective Club NES versus Switch. I know it wasn't on NES, but like that's the actual only way to search for this because it's from the freaking Famicom Detective Club series, so of course Famicom's gonna be in the name. Check it out. This is what the original game looked like compared to the Missing Heir. This is Ayumi from the Missing Heir. As you can see, it's kind of interesting. Like you can actually tell that they're 2 years younger. You can tell that they're 2 years younger than they are in this game. Like they look young in this game, but they're like, you can tell that they're adults now, and here they're like barely 17. Even more so in the actual 80s art style. Yeah, like I would like to imagine somebody demaking this game back into a pixel art game, because this is definitely like really retro, like actual 80s art style anime. Like look at that. The cliff is just like a green rectangle in the back with a little triangle jutting out of it. That's hilarious to me. It's hilarious to me that it's not like even really like perspective. It's just here's a background, here's a character. But even then, it could have such a good story already. But then you play the remakes, and it's like, oh my god, it's like an actual cliff, like jutting into the ocean, and then you see Ayumi just like standing in front of it, like she's actually there in front of you. By the way, your character falls off this cliff at the very beginning of the game. That's how this game starts. The missing air. Your character falls off the cliff, and then gets amnesia, and then part of the story is like remembering who you even are. And you're like, oh, I'm a detective? Oh, crap. I need to know things, but I know nothing. What a predicament. So, yeah. You're lucky to even be alive. The fact that you fell off of this entire thing. And one of the mysteries of the game is who the hell pushed me off this cliff? I hope it wasn't Ayumi. But somebody definitely did. Maybe because you were getting too close to the case, and you have to investigate it all over again. But dang, look at that. That's what it used to look like. Remember, this was a Famicom game, so just like a little corner of an entire sprite, like, thing. Anyway, back to the current game. Clippings from January and February of 18 years ago. Does it actually say a year? It's like very blurry, so you don't actually know what it is. I'm assuming it says like 1970 something. The date on this article about the case is... I found it! A 17-year-old named Ayaka Hashizume was found on the beach at Kofuku City. Strangled. I don't want to linger on this too long, but I do want to try to Google Translate this real quick. Let me see, can I translate the headline? Camera on. It says... Woman's body found in Kofuku City. Murder suspected. Ayaka Hashizume, 17. Alright, what can I see about the article itself? I hope it's not too blurry. It says, 10 p.m. on the 155th? That's not correct. On the 15th, maybe? Ayaki from Ichihariyanecho, caused by a crime, investigated, murdered by someone, signs of being strangled with bare hands. So they did report the bare hands. Emergency services were called. The woman was pronounced dead shortly after being taken to the hospital. 6 a.m. on the 16th, a man who had come out to fish found a woman collapsed on the beach. I kind of read that backwards. Oops. I'm sure that this game is about to tell it all to me right now. Her house had burned down just the day before, and her father's body was found in the wreckage. Initial reports suggested that the father may have killed her and then himself. Later reports pointed to the possibility that a third party may have killed both father and child. Also, the article mentions a missing person who was reported to be close to the girl. But there's nothing at all in these articles about police finding a paper bag on the head of the victim. Huh. We're looking for a murdering bear that likes to strangle. Monochrome likes to laugh. What caused the fire? And we didn't start it. Why wasn't Ayaka's father able to escape? And what about that missing person? There are a lot of missing pieces in this first case for sure. But maybe more stuff was found out about it later? March, April. These are newspaper clippings from March and April of 18 years ago. It seems there were occasional follow-up articles after the February crime, but not much coverage overall. There isn't anything new that can help me. Alright, now we go back to 5 and 6? These are newspaper clippings from May and June of 18 years ago. Looks like the second murder took place in May, about 3 months after the first. For now, let's dive into the details about the second case. Here we go. The victim was a 15-year-old girl named Sachiko Takagi. Alright, Google Translate time. This one might be harder to translate, I don't know. I can read the thing at the top. It says, Matamo, that's kanji, Onna no, something. I can't read. The only kanji I could read was Onna. Man, I'm not even sure if that was the right reading of it. It's just the kanji for woman. Another girl's body discovered. Serial killing. Well, it's a serial killing now. Is it a serial murder? Similar strangulation incident in February. 7:10 a.m. on the 2nd. A woman's body lying in the town's parking lot. A man who worked for the company lived nearby, found the body, and called 119. The body was Sachiko Takagi, a high school student, 15, living in the city, wearing the school uniform. Signs of being strangled, police investigating. Something. The city will hold a meeting. Something about the beach. And for some reason, the only words that it could catch from the last paragraph were, I still love it. I highly doubt that the writer of this article loved what was happening. I doubt it. Because the second victim was also a young girl who was strangled in Kofuku City, the police announced early on that both crimes may have been committed by the same person. Still, they never did mention the detail about the paper bag. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that like makes the police so much more sure that the murders are connected. Besides just the murder method. According to a neighbor of the second victim, the young girl in question came from a troubled home and was often seen crying alone at night. The possibility of a serial killer seems to have sparked more newspaper coverage at the time. See? Crying alone at night. People who have problems. That's why the smiling man's like, I could put a smile on your face forever. And the third incident happened in June. The killer targets girls who are sad. Oh no, so it had to be connected to Junko and Makoto's falling out. It had to be because Junko was sad, and then the smiling man came by and tried to kill her, but then Makoto wouldn't let that happen, and he might have died in her stead. There's a ton of coverage of the serial girl murders, but not much info that can help me now. September? These are newspaper clippings from September, October. Not many articles. Maybe there was nothing new by that time. November, December? I'm not seeing much coverage at this point, just a few short mentions. If there was no new information, there wouldn't have been much for the media to report on. Go back to June? The third incident occurred in June. Here's the article about it. The third victim was Mika Inoue, a 17-year-old girl, another teen girl just like the first two. She reportedly had a falling out with friends that day and left her school in tears. However, it seems she didn't go straight home. Instead, she must have been attacked. The third victim was also from Kofuku City and was strangled in the same way as the first two victims. The article does mention the possibility of all three cases being connected by a common killer. Let's see what they say about the paper bag. Still no mention of it. Okay, I've gone through a year's worth of newspaper clippings. While I'm thinking about it, I wonder if there's an article on Makoto's disappearance. I believe Makoto disappeared in July. July. Let's take another look at the clippings from July and August. Is there anything on Makoto? Here we go. Just a snippet of an article. See, this is why I Google Translate this, because there are things that the article says that Chris Adobo doesn't actually go over. All right, let me see. 14-year-old boy goes missing in Shizuko Village. 9:10 p.m. on the 1st. The family of Makoto Kuze and Koha. I'm assuming that's Junko, just translated wrong. They live in the village. That they were missing, gathered throughout the night, questioning Makoto's family. Damn. 14-year-old boy reported missing from Yukariko village. Everyone in the village searched through the night, but the boy remains missing. Although the timing was curious, no one suggested a connection to the serial girl murders. That said, both Mr. Atsugi and Inspector Kamada seemed to suspect there was a connection. I've got to get to the bottom of this. Think. Here's what I've learned so far. The police announced that the serial girl murders were most likely committed by a single killer. Although it was never mentioned, each of the victims was found with a paper bag on their head. With that information, it seems obvious. Wait, weren't we like at the police station at one point to ask like, hey, like did they ever do forensics on the paper bags? Did they find any evidence that maybe like they came from the same place? Or they're made by like, oh, they're made of a tree that was only found in this region? that information, it seems obvious. Anyway, after the second murder, the first case came right back into the spotlight. And while media interest in the serial girl murders remained high for a while, it tapered off around August, probably because there was no new leads or information. Also, no new victims, thankfully, if you don't count Makoto's disappearance. Now, why is that? I read a lot about the murders from 18 years ago, but now I'll focus on some key parts. I think the first case is critical to the investigation. Mr. Utsugi thinks so too, as he told me to focus on it. I will look at the first case. The first case did really catch my attention. It's the most curious of the three. I should investigate it a bit more, though, thoroughly. The victim in the first case was Ayaka Hashizume, a 17-year-old girl. She was found the morning of February 16th in a secluded beach area of Kofuku City. A local fisherman found the body. He had an airtight alibi and was immediately ruled out as a suspect. Forensics reported the cause of death as strangulation with bare hands. Time of death was the night before. It turns out that Ayaka had quit her job at a local factory the same day she died. However, her supervisor at the factory reported that she left on good terms and had already given notice. All of that said, I have a few major concerns with the facts of the case. Yeah, this was the first time it wasn't like a sad girl. Is that what Utsuki noticed? That there wasn't any like reason for her here to be sad? Maybe the first killing was somebody like close to her. Like maybe the person who disappeared that was close to her. And then in order to make it less suspicious, he started serial killing, ironically, so that it would be less of an obvious clue why the first person died. They relate to two key people involved who had connections to Ayaka. Who was that? Oh, 46. One of the key figures was Manabu Hashizume, Ayaka's father. He and Ayaka lived together in Kofuku City. However, their house was destroyed in a fire the night before Ayaka was found dead, and a body was recovered in the ruins. It was believed to be Ayaka's father. Some speculated that the father could have killed Ayaka before returning home and killing himself. However, that theory didn't necessarily hold up to scrutiny. And what's more, the second and third murders a few months later further complicate the situation. Because even if Ayaka's father was guilty, he died in the fire. He couldn't have killed others, unless there was a copycat? A copycat who was someone from the detectives? From the police? Last but not least, the information about the paper bag was never made public, which strongly implies that all of the victims were killed by the same person. Could it have been the other key person? The other key person in this case never had their name reported by the media. The person in question was a young man who was often seen with Ayaka before her death. He hasn't been seen since she died, and when his apartment was searched, the police found a disturbing amount of blood. Obviously, the police strongly suspected him and went to great lengths to track him down, but he was never found. This must have been the same person that Inspector Kamada was talking about. I'm trying to think. It might have been someone who maybe was around the first victim's age, like someone who knew her personally. So if they were 17, if this missing man was 17, well, actually, I don't even know if there was a man. If this missing person was 17 and that was 18 years ago, they would be around 36 now? 35? 35. Do I know anybody who's 35? This must have been the same person that Inspector Kamada was talking about. Let me see. Do I know anybody that would be 35? Like, it doesn't say, but I'm going to make the assumption. Smiling Man, we don't know. We don't know. Obviously, Eisuke is not 35. Shunsuke Utsugi is 40. I am 19. Kamada is 55. Daisuke is 24. Makoto Kuze would be 32, so maybe... Yeah, like, there's no evidence that they're specifically 35, but like, I'm ballparking it for now. Alright, let me think. Alright, Sprint was about to click go live. We gotta take the night off. Yeah, definitely if you're feeling tired, Sprinto, just relax and max and chillax all cool. We'll shoot some b-ball outside of the school and just listen to the story time. Good time for a day off. Exactly. I might actually call it after this section myself, just because I want to take it easy and I want to actually get some sleep tonight. It's entirely possible that Ayaka's murder and the home fire were unrelated, especially considering all of the victims were young girls of about the same age. The house fire falls outside that category, and the persistence of the paper bag points to a serial killer. I wonder if the police had the same idea. I can't find any articles speculating along those lines, however. Okay, let's review the information I've gathered. The first murder was 18 years ago, and the first victim was a girl named Ayaka Hashizume. The first murder was 18 years ago, and the first victim was a girl named Ayaka Hashizume. At the time of the first case, there were two persons of interest. The first one was her father, Manabu Hashizume. The second one was the missing man. The second one was a man who was presumed missing. At the beginning, some speculated that Ayaka's father was her killer in a murder-suicide situation. The day before Ayaka's body was found, her father died in a fire? In a fire. I wonder how open-ended these parts are. Fire. Yes, that's right. The father was presumably killed by the fire that burned down his house. I wonder how this input is like in Japanese. Like, do I have to put the kanji for fire? Or can I just say like, was it ho? Is that how you say fire in Japanese? Meanwhile, regarding the missing man, was he another victim? Or could he have been the killer? It seems as though the police considered both possibilities. He disappeared the same day that Ayaka was killed. There was a disturbing amount of blank found in his home. There was a disturbing amount of... No. There was a disturbing amount of... eggplants found in his home. No. There was a disturbing amount of blood. What's that smell? It's blood! Are you okay with this? Blood? No, but I have to be. Yes. His home was drenched in a massive amount of blood. Inspector Kamada said that it would have taken devastating injuries to produce that much blood. So it's possible that he simply died. Eggplants, huh? What kind of eggplants are they? You know, the natural kind. Alright. I think I made good progress today. I think that's about all that I can determine from my research so far. I'm glad I talked to Mr. Utsugi first. His advice helped me find the right path. But ultimately, the serial murders remain unsolved. The police never found any conclusive evidence. Is there still a suspect out there that was never identified in the previous investigations? Think, Mark. Now that I think more about the second and third victims, there was a common factor I hadn't considered. They were both seen crying before they were killed. And that's the thing. Why is that new? Like, it's part of the urban legend, but why is that new to the second and third case? A girl crying. In the urban legend about the smiling man, he always appears in the paper bag before in front of a crying girl. I wonder if the first victim, Ayaka Hashizume, was also crying before she was killed. If there was cause to suspect her father killed her, maybe there was some deep trouble at home. Oh, it's getting late, and I haven't eaten. I should take care of myself. Planet Coffee? This restaurant is called Planet Coffee? It's like Starbucks, but instead of star, it's planet.
早速連絡していただいて
Wow.
ありがとう
Oh
ござい
no,
ます
it's Ayumi talking to Fukuyama. No. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. Stay away from him. How does he treat the waitstaff? How does he treat the waitstaff? We have to know. Jeez, no, I can't stop now.
Thanks for reaching out again so quickly.
Of course, Tachibana. We're not strangers, right? I'm always here to help.
ありがとうござい
Well,
ます
I really appreciate it. It's great to have a senpai like
私
you.
嬉しいです
Oh, I do what I can. I'd sure like to think of myself as a good senpai.
Huh?
As you know, I'm deeply troubled by Eisuke's murder. That's why I'm so eager to help you. That's why he's so eager to cover up his tracks. That's why he's so eager to lead her off the trail. Her outfit is cute. Yeah, I like the skirt. Oh my goodness. Oh, and she's wearing the shirt she was wearing the other day. Wow. Cosplay? If that allows me to guide you, just like back then, so be it. But I'm just one man, trying to help.
先輩
Well, thank you for your cooperation, Fukuyama.
Think. Fuse phone.
今はかける
See,
のに
Ayumi doesn't does
そ
does
う
just be on her phone in the middle of a cafe meeting. How rude. No. Call for help. Call for help, Ayumi. Right now. Something you wear on a normal day, but yes, cosplay? See? Exactly. Perfect. Think.
先輩から
I
話
should
を
hear
聞
what
かなくて
Fukuyama has to say.
あの
I want to be respectful of your time, so let's get right to it.
何か分かった
Do you have
こと
some
があ
new
ったん
info?
ですよねこうして
I'm guessing that you do, since you're taking time out of your busy schedule.
ってことは
Ah, yes. Well, I know you're busy too, so I'll make it quick. I will take your tea. What's up, Tachibana? I want to take a sip of your tea. What if you put a drug in it? I'm gonna take my tea.
まずは先輩の
I have
話
to
を
listen to what Fukuyama says first. I will take what? I will take Fukuyama. I will think.
先輩から話
I will talk. So, the thing you've got to remember is, these are junior high kids. It's a sensitive time. They're still growing, which means they're not as strong as adults. This whole incident is a shock to their system in ways we can't even fathom. You know what I'm saying, right, Tachibana?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god. The police haven't said anything about the paper bags in this case either, have they? Oh my. Oh geez. I'm starting to think, like, what if one person is just going to let it slip? It's like, oh, what a shame they hid his face behind the paper bag. And then it's like, we never said anything about a paper bag. This interaction is like an alien trying to act human. I will take your tea, please. Thank you. Is it not customary for us to pour each other's tea? It's like, the kids seem normal at first glance, but in their hearts, I know they're carrying a deep hurt. It's almost like I can hear their souls screaming out.
Oh,
It feels like the students are all over the place. Some act out in my classes, and others, well, others have been laughing at me, as if they don't take me seriously. But I'm sure it's just the stress of this whole thing that's affecting them. Poor kids. I just feel terrible for them all. My heart breaks every time I think about it.
I see.
I will take tea.
まずは先
I can't drink the tea. Come on, it's getting cold. So, Tachibana, that's why I can't ask any of them about the case just yet. It's too soon.
Wait,
ということは
you don't have any new information for the students after all?
話は聞けている
Was this just...
ってことですよね
Were you just trying to go on a date? Sir, we need to be respectful of each other's time. If the tea is piping hot, it's safe to take a minute, true. That's right. Sheesh, no wonder you're a detective Tachibana.
So what am I here to talk about?
I am scared.
立花
Tachibana,
ミルクティーが
your
冷め
milk
ちゃ
tea is getting cold.
ちょっと
Go ahead and
ゆっくりしよ
enjoy
うじゃない
it.
か
We can just relax for a moment. No, he put something in the tea. He probably put something in the tea. I don't want to drink it. I'm not gonna drink it. I'm gonna drink your tea.
どうした立花
What's up, Tachibana? No, I'm gonna look at my tea.
So I'm here, I might as well have a little milk tea.
No, don't drink anything. Do not drink anything. I'm gonna talk to him some more.
立花
Hey, Tachibana, just think of this as a little break. Nope, I'm just gonna
どう
talk.
した立花
Nope. I don't want to take the tea.
ミルクティー
No,
いただこう
no. Don't enjoy the tea. Don't enjoy the tea. Duh. Why am I so scared? Take tea.
いただきます
Alright, I'll have some.
どうだ立
Itadakimasu.
花うまいだろ
What do you
ここの
think,
ミルクティー
Tachibana? It's good, right? Isn't this milk tea the best?
Oh yes, it's actually
美味し
delicious.
いですね
ここのティラミ
If
ス
you
もお
like
す
the
す
milk
めだ
tea,
ぞ
you'll
立花
love the tiramisu.
お得な
What do you
セットメニュー
think?
があるし
Want to order a
頼んでいいか
taste? He just wants to go on a date. He just wants to go on a date.
そうなんですね
Maybe not today.
そうか
Okay. Next time. I will think.
先輩から
I will talk.
よく聞いてくれ
He probably does. He just wanted to hang out. Listen, Tachibana.
Eh?
教育
Junior high is like a battlefield.
ある種の戦場
Can love bloom on the battlefield?
教師というのは
I think love can
戦士だ
bloom anywhere. As long as two people love each other, it can bloom in any place, anytime. Snake, can love bloom? I spiked your drink. What? As a teacher, I'm like some kind of majestic knowledge warrior. Okay. That, you know, that is not... I'm hoping you're not a literature teacher because you're not very good at poetry.
Uh-huh.
疲れ
I turn to this milk tea in times of stress and fatigue, and it gives me
こ
peace
こ
of
のミルク
mind.
ティーなんだ給料日にはティラミス
Or if it's payday, I go all out and order tiramisu.
俺にとってオアシスのような
This place is my
場所なんだ
oasis.
この店は
Dino, nice fifth. Welcome on in.
素敵です
Ah,
ね
it
そ
must
う
be
いうお店があ
nice.
るのって
Having money and income. Itsugi doesn't pay me. Sure is. I will think.
どんな話
I wonder what kind of information he'll
ど
share.
んな話
I will talk.
生徒たちから話を聞くこと
Hello,
は
how's it
叶わな
going?
かったが
I wasn't able to talk to any of the students,
その代
but
わ
I
り
did
に
hear some
とって
more
は
about escape from other
先
teachers.
生
そうなんですか
Okay, so there is
どんな
information.
話なんでしょうか
Okay, I'm slightly less suspicious. Like, what, you just call me out here for some tea? Pip, cheerio?
What did you hear?
分かった
Well, I'll get to it. We're both busy people, so we should try to relax a little while
時
we
間を
can.
大切にしよ
I don't know why I'm giving him such a deep voice. Sip, sip, sip. Sip, sip, sip.
ううまい
It's so good. What if he passes out? What if he passes out? I'm going to take his tea.
どうした
I'm going to look at his tea. I'm just so paranoid.
先輩
Fukuyama sure does load up his tea with sugar.
けど
Has he always done
い
that?
つもあんなに入れるのかしら
Is this not Fukuyama? Is this not Fukuyama? Is he an imposter? I'm gonna look at my tea.
美味しいけど
I don't know if it's better than any other milk tea I've had. Let's look at the bill.
暗号み
The
たい
price
な
is some sort of
印が
code
書
that I
いてあ
can't
って
read. Hopefully the clerk can figure it out. Oh no, it's probably really expensive, and then he has to pay, and then it's gonna make me... Why is there a take now? Take the bill?
保管帳は最後よね
I should probably take care of the bill when we're done, right? After all, he's taking the time to help me. I don't know how much money I have.
Okay, here's what I learned about Ace K. He had a lot of good friends, he's got good grades, and he had a great reputation among teachers. He was never in trouble, really a model student.
Yeah, that's the same thing that all the students have told me.
I never heard about him having a conflict with anyone. No one held a grudge against him. Not that us teachers know everything about our students' personal lives, but I think most teachers would agree that Eisuke was well liked. Eisuke was an exemplary student. I suppose I did hear one story that caught my attention.
Huh?
What's the story? Eisuke's homeroom teacher mentioned something that piqued my curiosity.
Okay. Okay, could you just tell me all at once, please, for once? I will think. Okay, I will ask about Eisuke.
Here's what Eisuke's homeroom teacher said. Apparently Eisuke's grades hadn't been as good as usual lately. What? Oh?
Oh? I thought his grades were impeccable.
Well, he was applying to a selective private high school. You need top marks, and he wasn't there. Oh.
Talk about your grades.
Eisuke's homeroom teacher said that he should consider other schools if his grades don't improve. But Eisuke didn't seem concerned at all.
Really? A good student who suddenly doesn't care about getting into a good school? That's interesting.
Yeah, well, junior high kids can be a bit unpredictable, can't they? That's one of the challenges we face as teachers, of course.
I could never be a teacher for like junior high kids. Like I have friends who are teachers. I have one who was teaching like K through 12, and I'm like, it's one thing to be responsible for somebody's learning and knowledge, but when you're teaching kids, like you basically have to be a babysitter too. Like you're responsible for their well-being. You're responsible for making sure they're like okay, even besides responsible for teaching them. And that's just like crazy to me. Like it's hard enough to take care of one kid. What about taking care of a class of like 20 to 30 of them? Like what the hell? Just one person? That's just impossible. That's impossible. How do you even like wrangle up that many kids? It does sound pretty tough. I have so much respect for teachers. Teachers that actually like care about each individual student and if they learn, but also cares about them as a whole so that you know, they can just make it through the day.
It must be tough what you do.
Oh, it is. But teaching is my calling. Teachers are not unlike priests, one might say.
Alright, once you start talking about, like, preaching, I get suspicious again. You're like an RPG boss.
Yes, when I was in my third year of middle school, one teacher said...
Is he changing the subject? Excuse me, but do you have any other info about Eisuke? Other than his grades?
Is he changing the subject? I like that she noticed that. I was like, stay on topic, please. I don't have much time. You have a friend who's a teacher, used to be a priest. Well, there you go.
Let me think. No, that about covers it. I don't have any other information that's relevant to the case. Sorry, Tachibana.
It's okay. Thank you.
Wow. Now I can leave. I will take the bill, please. I will talk some more.
I can't imagine his lower grades would have caused anyone to want to kill him. Unless he killed himself. But that's not what the police are saying happened, right?
We're talking about we're talking about what happened. Okay, we have to be very, very careful. If he knows about the paper bag and the police have not talked about it, then we got him. We got him, y'all.
That's right. I can't share many details, but I can confirm that we are investigating a murder.
Well, whatever happened, poor Eisuke is gone forever. That's the hand we've been dealt. There's nothing we can do about it except it and move forward.
Fukuyama.
He crying, he sad.
成績のことは
It doesn't sound like the grades have anything to do with the case.
な
So, Tachibana,
はい
Yes?
調査の方は
how's the investigation going overall?
君も知ってる
As you know, Ace-K's murder has shaken me to my core.
何か進
So
展
I'm
があった
desperate to hear if you've made any progress. Please, can you share any details with me? I can't. Because he might be putting on sad puppy dog eyes in order to make sure I'm not getting too close to the case. And if I am getting close, then he's gonna kill me.
それは無理なことなのかな
That's not too much to ask. Is it, Tachibana? Nope.
実は
I'm afraid I don't have good news. We haven't made much progress. The thing about Ace-K,
先輩もおっ
he's
しゃ
just
る
such a
通り
normal kid.
悪い評
Like you
判
said
は全く
before,
ありません
he didn't have any obvious problems or drama.
ただ
And yet,
事件当
it's just that
日
on the same day he was killed, he was supposedly acting strangely.
Oh, is that right?
当日
Like he was on the phone with somebody? Like maybe you?
何があったのか
Yeah,
は
of course his family's still in shock. They have no idea what might have been going on.
Ugh. Okay, that's enough information. Time to take the bill.
お感情
I shouldn't say too much.
福山先輩
Fukuyama's a bit awkward, but I do think his feelings for his students are genuine.
先輩の
It seems like he's doing the best he can, and he's shared everything he knows about Ace-K.
そういえば
Still, there was another student who was good friends with Ace-K in Fukuyama's class. I'm thinking of Megumi Morimoto. I wonder if she's back at school. She was absent following the murder.
I should ask about Megumi.
先輩森本めぐみ
Fukuyama.
さんのことなんです
About
けど
Megumi Morimoto.
Huh?
も
What do you want to know about Megumi? I don't know anything. I don't know anything, Tachibana. See, he clams up every time we talk about Megumi. What does he know?
はい そうですけ
Okay,
ど
but
事件以
I'm
来
just wondering if she's
休んでる
okay.
ってことだったので
You know, because she's been absent since the
大丈夫
murder.
なのかなって気になって
彼女は
Well, like you
森
said,
本めぐみは
Megumi's been absent, so
あ
I
るいは
wouldn't
休んだ
know.
ままなのだ
そうなん
I
ですか
see. That's worrisome, isn't
そ
it?
れは心配ですね
Scared he had some form of relationship with her because he's popular with students? Oh, no. Please, no. Anything but that.
あ
Oh, yes, I'm very
とても
worried.
心配だよ
Wasn't she in your class? I'm gonna press the subject. Is that all we have to say about Isuke?
だってもう
Well, you said
ない
earlier that there's nothing more to share.
He's trying to change the subject. He's avoiding it.
森本は
Do you know that Megumi is my class representative? I can't remember if I told you that. You did. You did mention that.
はい
Yes, I
お聞き
heard.
しました学級委員
It
の
must be
一部の
challenging for you to
ものだ
not have her
と
there,
何かと困る
since she's the
でしょう
class
ね
representative and all.
あ
Yes, it's been extremely stressful. Making all the students do all the
そんな
work.
に困るんだ
Extremely stressful, huh?
佐々木の
The
こと
day
は
that they
告げられた
announced
朝礼
Isuke's
が
death to students, Megumi was not there. She was already absent?
今日になって
And she hasn't been back
全く
since.
佐々木と仲
She
が
was
良か
close
った
with Isuke, so it must have been a terrible
かなりの
shock.
ショックだったの
I'm worried about her.
心配だ
What if Isuke is like the Makoto of this day and age? What if he got news somehow that Megumi was in trouble all the way out by the pump station, so that he went all the way out there and tried to save her? And what if he did save her, but in exchange the smiling man killed him? So even though Megumi was the target, Asuke ended up being the victim. Maybe Megumi feels guilty. He feels guilty making her upset that they could not be together. I don't know what fan fiction is being written here, but I don't like it. Oh no. I will think.
めぐみさん
Megumi's continued
事件
absence
発
is
覚
worrying.
の当日かん
Yeah, they told us at yesterday's morning assembly. I was shocked.
昨日の朝礼で
They announced that he died at the morning assembly yesterday. I couldn't believe my ears.
あれ
That morning assembly on the day Isuke's body was found seems key. Of course, that's when they told the students what happened. But Fukuyama is saying that Megumi wasn't at school that day.
So she wouldn't have... Yeah, she was already missing. That's why I'm thinking, like, maybe she was involved in the murder.
Did he really mean that, or did he misspeak? Fukuyama?
You're trying to say he's innocent, but a teenager would feel upset. Okay. I'm hoping that... I'm just hoping that Fukuyama's not a creep. I really hope. Yeah, yes, what's up, Tachibana?
You said that Megumi's been absent since before the morning assembly, right?
Yes, that's right. That's why I haven't seen her for days, Tachibana. A little odd, but really hope not a creep. I hope he doesn't try to, like, run into my face, because there's a table between us right now.
But students have learned about Eisuke's death on the same day he was found, right?
Oh!
So her absence didn't have anything to do with the Eisuke. At least that day's absence, right?
You knew they'd have a Tachibana, or wait, did they already have a Tachibana? Ayumi's been part of the story since the beginning. Ayumi's been part of the story since the first game. Ayumi Tachibana, that's her. She's one of the protagonists. For the first time, you're able to play as her. Canonically, at least. Okay, why is Aniv, first of all, adding Dylan, who is, like, not here right now, and then also singing Kingdom Hearts? What is happening here? When you walk away. You ready for Kuze? Well, about that, Victorio.
Was there some other reason she was gone?
Oh, yes, I see. You really are a sharp detective now, Tachibana.
I'm not sure.
Huh? Junko Kuze, 26-year-old detective. A detective working on the Eisuke Sasaki case. I mean, like, when you have a series that has a lot of just Japanese surnames, you're gonna have some overlap. You're ready for Awano? Well, you know, about that, we have Adobo. I'm sorry, we don't have Awano. You know? But, we have, Kamada. Close enough. I'm gonna think. Fukuyama's acting strange.
He looks so anxious.
I will talk about Megumi. I wonder why.
Huh?
Does he? I think he knows. I'm gonna take your tea. I'm gonna take the bill. I'm going to use my phone. I'm going to think.
Fukuyama looks anxious and restless.
I'm going to look at Fukuyama.
Why does he tighten up whenever you talk about Megumi? He did this the other day too.
What are you looking at? Why are you so nervous? I'm scared.
Oh, Fukuyama?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a strange feeling that something is off. Anytime I bring up Megumi, you seem to tighten up and get anxious. Am I wrong?
I'm a detective. Is that what it seems like? No, that's not it. No, I don't feel that way. What do you mean, feel what way? Oh.
Fukuyama, about Megumi.
What?
Did she somehow know about Eisuke's death before the morning assembly? If so, it would mean...
It would mean that Megumi killed Eisuke. No. It would mean that Megumi knows the killer. I'm not gonna accuse Megumi, although it would give her a reason to, like, not be at school. Was Eisuke killed by someone Megumi knew?
なんて考えるのは
It's a pretty big leap to assume that at this point.
どんな可能性
I shouldn't rule out any
も排除するわけ
possibility.
ではない
Mr. Utsugi is always warning us to consider everything.
先生のポリシー
Porque no los dos. Megumi knows herself.
じゃあ
But what's the most likely reason she know about Eisuke's death? Could it have something to do with
もしかして
Fukuyama?
先輩が
That look on her face says it all. She's hoping that he's not involved. If she killed him, she would obviously know the killer. But what if she got amnesia right after? Then she wouldn't even know herself. Did I ever look into that Persona Trinity Soul? I did not. But I remember going to the Flow concert and hearing the theme for it.
福山先輩
Unfortunately, I just don't have time to watch anime right now. I'm so busy with work and I have to get ready for like TwitchCon and stuff. But someday, if anything, my priority for catching up to anime and or manga is I need to catch up to One Piece because it is ever closer growing to being done, and I am ever more falling behind, and like I cannot miss out on the anime event of the lifetime. Like there will never be another One Piece. There will never be another anime that runs this long and has such a gripping story and characters. Yes, and Sprint is waiting for it as well. So, you know, I have to see a superhero fly, apparently. Fukuyama! Is he leaving? Yes!
学級委員の
You must have told
森本さんに
Megumi about Eisuke before the rest of the class, since he's the representative.
そのせいで
But unfortunately, telling her first isolated her from the others, leaving her alone to face the cruel reality.
先輩が
And she
思う
must have taken it very
強いショッ
hard.
クを受けてしまって
That's probably why she hasn't come back to
同
school
齢の日
since.
から登校できなくなってしまった
I'm hoping that's the reason, and he's like, I hope he's not gonna be like, oh yeah, that's totally why,
「その結果
You're probably feeling guilty about
先輩
it.
が森本さんに罪悪
Am I
感を
right about
覚え
any
て
of
いる
this?
Ayumi can be
違いますか？
pretty intense when she wants to be. Just laying out the facts, not sugarcoating it. Oh my goodness, Ayumi's such a queen. Victoria says, since we did P3, yeah, it has some good music, so I'm kind of curious. And from what I'm seeing, it like takes place after Persona 3. But like, you know what? I need to play episode Aegis first, which comes out on September 10th, which I see is a Tuesday, which means I'm probably not gonna play it until Wednesday. You know. Honestly, even though I'm still in the middle of Detective Club, I will probably, I will play Detective Club on Monday, and then I'll do nothing but episode Aegis Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, because the week after is going to be, I think I can only really stream the Monday of the week after, because after that, I'll be at Disneyland on that Wednesday, and I'll be at TwitchCon for the rest of that week. So I can only have one stream that week. I have to make it count. Anyway, what's going on, Fukuyama? No. I would never do something so selfish. First of all, we teachers didn't know about Eisuke's death until the moment before the assembly. It would have been impossible to let her know in advance.
Oh,
そうだったん
I
です
see.
ね
I'm sorry for speculating like that.
It's alright, Tachibana. That's what being a detective is all about, isn't it? Asking questions and speculating. Just like I was meant to be a teacher. You were meant to be a detective, Tachibana. Yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, okay. But okay, then what's the case?
森本さんは
So
ど
then,
うしてその朝
why do you
礼
think
の当
Megumi
日
would have been absent the day of the morning
欠席だったんですか？
assembly?
Oh, she was out sick. Her family called that morning letting me know. Sounds like an excuse.
そういうこと
I
か
see.
That's really what it was, Tachibana. Okay, but why are you so nervous about it?
でも
I wonder if her family was
本当
telling
に
the
そうなのか
truth.
しら
I'm going to make a call.
今はかける
I want to call Utsugi and be like, I'll be there later, so that if in any case, like, somebody is like, oh, she must have been out late. Like, no, I was captured by this man here. I'm going to think.
先輩が佐々木君
Fukuyama
の
found out about
事件を知ったの
Isuke's murder around the same time as the students.
I'm going to ask more about Megumi.
Since you're Megumi's homeroom teacher, have you checked up on her since she's been out?
No, I'm afraid I haven't. It's difficult for me to visit her at her house. Why is it difficult? Why is there difficulty?
Huh?
What is going on?
I
just hope Megumi comes back to school soon. She's in my thoughts. I'm scared. Oh, it's gotten so late. Time flies when you're having a good conversation, right, Tachibana? Anyway, I hate to leave now, but I'm afraid that my students are waiting for me. I'm sure you can chat all day long, but I have to get going. My apologies. Is this during the school day?
I understand. Well, let's get going.
You gonna pay for the bill?
I'll pick up the check since Fukuyama took the time to meet with me.
Okay, onegaishimasu. I will take the bill.
Thank you, Fukuyama. This is on me.
Oh, come on, Tachibana. You'll make me look bad. About what?
Well,
After all, you were once my underclassman, and I am...
my senpai.
That's right, and that's that.
Huh. Listen, I'm really grateful for your help with the investigation and for taking the time, but...
Not another word, Tachibana. What am I again? Okay, stop. Okay, stop. Stop pushing your senpai power over her. This is, what was it? Power, was it, what's the phrase? Power, abuse of power? Like, what's... I forget what the phrase is. Power something.
My senpai. I guess I'll let it go.
Okay.
Okay. There he goes again. There he goes again. Power imbalance? Something like that. I don't remember. Power disparity? No, I don't know. Can you step back one step, please? Can you step back one step? Just one step. You are too dang close again. Gosh dang, it's making me uncomfortable. I don't know why, but it's making me uncomfortable. Man. We're getting some good games on the way. Your next playthrough after FF5. Clearly Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Clearly Victorio. Thanks for meeting me at my milk tea oasis, Tachibana.
He's standing way too close, as usual. Of course. I should thank you, Fukuyama. Not just for the tea, but for the valuable information. I'm sure it'll help out our investigation.
That's great to hear, Tachibana. Call me anytime. I'm always happy to help.
Yeah? I might take you up on that, Fukuyama.
Hey, Tachibana. No time for the good gaming. See, Sprint, that's what happens when you play Kingdom Hearts. There's too many games to play now. When can an old senpai see his underclassmen again? Hey, Tachibana.
Okay, you know, I look, I'm very busy. Again? Does that mean you'll continue digging up info at the school for me?
Yes, of course. I'll look into anything you'd like.
Okay, it's a little obsessive. Great, thank you!
Astrobot. You know Astrobot comes out tomorrow, and I really want to play it. I don't think I'll stream it, but I want to play it, like, at least once. I'm actually pretty curious. Y'all, if I do just go pick it up on release day tomorrow, y'all want a little stream of it? Just a little mini stream before we play Detective Club? I'm actually hearing, like, really, really good things about it. Like, people are saying, like, it's the most fresh platformer since Super Mario Galaxy. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, and ads are coming soon. I've been snoozing them, but, I want to get to a good stopping point first.
I know your job is stressful. I don't want to add more. What you told me already is enough.
Tachibana. Yes, I'm busy, but I know I have the unique privilege of being close to the kids at Minami-Daisan Junior High. And as time goes by and feelings are less raw, I'm sure I'll have conversations about what happened. I could certainly imagine one of them providing information that helps unravel the mystery.
You mean like the real reason Megumi hasn't been coming to school?
Oh, yeah, that too. His little side eye over here, he knows. He knows. You've got to understand, Tachibana. I want to do anything I can for Ace K. And if it helps you out as well, it's even better.
Thank you, Fukuyama.
You can always count on me. I'll be in touch, okay? Alright, can you be a little bit further away?
Yes, that would be great.
Have a great, safe trip home, Tachibana. Okay, bye. He's just sprinting off.
Well, he rushed off full of excitement. Good old Fukuyama, he really hasn't changed. Always makes me laugh.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Hee hee hee. Still, can't get over the way he looked when I brought up Megumi. I'll have to get to the bottom of it.
Beep 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 beep. All right, before I press another button, add in 10 seconds. So we'll take a quick break again. But once again, I don't think I need to show clips right now. Yeah, all right, ad starting. Be back in 3 minutes. Welcome back, y'all. We had a little bit of an extended break. We kind of got off track, but hey, we're back. Mr. Stands Too Close is finally gone. Look, I still don't know how to feel about Basachi over there. Like, I feel like I'm not going to be satisfied with trusting him until I know what's going on with Megumi. Why he's so nervous about her, and if there's really something he knows that we don't. But like I was just paranoid to even take a sip of milk tea while he was there. Like, I think what's gonna happen is there's gonna be another like scene later in the game where we're having tea with him again, and we're just like updating ourselves on what's going on, and then he'll be all like, "Oh yeah, it turns out Megumi really was sick. There's nothing to worry about." And then Tachibana is gonna be all like, "I don't know. I can't trust that. I found out this and this." And then she's gotta take a sip of the tea, and then Tsubasa Fukuyama is gonna be like, "Such a shame. You couldn't just keep your detective nose out of the truth, huh? Well, too bad. It's too bad. You're gonna be the next victim." And she passes out because the tea was like drugged, and she like wakes up, and then she's the paper bag, and she's like, "Oh my goodness. Oh no, I'm gonna be the next victim. Oh no." See, this is why I'm scared. This is why I'm scared for her. Like, if the theme is that like the serial murderers keep happening to teenage girls, and like we're finally able to play as Ayumi, and she's a teenage girl, I'm like, oh no. And she's gonna relinquish ownership of the empty lot. It's terrible. I am very worried. I'm hoping he's just weird and not a creep. Please, oh Sakamoto, writer of this game.
I can't get over the way he looked when I brought up Megumi. I'll have to get to the bottom of it.
This was a short day. All I did was go to the library, and Ayumi just talked to Fukuyama.
Meow. I'm back, Chris.
Welcome back, Ayumi. Can I get you something to drink? Enough milk tea? Have you had enough milk tea today? On the way here, I stopped and picked up a few cans of milk tea. No, not the milk tea.
Oh, more milk tea.
This is a new brand. You like milk tea, don't you?
Yeah, it's just, I'm fine for now, but thanks. Anyway, tell me about how things went yesterday.
Look, I could drink milk tea all day. I don't know about y'all. Once again, the most lactose intolerant people are the ones who love milk and cheese the most. Yeah. Miku lives a few hours from Tillamook. We can try all the cheese. I need some cheese right now. Sure. Let me see. I told Ayumi everything I learned about the Kuze siblings and their history. Feel like you'll turn lactose intolerant one day. I mean, as long as you keep drinking milk, supposedly you can stave it off. But for me, it was already too late. I remember the exact day I realized it was too late. Maybe not the exact day, but summer 2004. I've told this story on stream. Summer 2004, when I went on a family trip to the Philippines. The first time we flew internationally, or at all, ever since 9/11. Because I had flown to the Philippines before, and I've flown, like, across the country before 9/11. But, like, afterwards, like, me and my family were all packed up, and we had, like, little lunches to go because we didn't want to buy the food at the airport. And my mom packed, like, 3 bottles of chocolate milk just for me because she knows I love chocolate milk. And yeah, that's the problem. She packed bottles of milk. Bottles. And this was 2004. The first time we flew on a plane since then, we forgot that the rules had changed. Y'all, it used to be so easy to fly before 2001. The rules had changed. You can't bring liquid onto the plane anymore. So when we were at the TSA, me and the 3 bottles of milk, my mom was like, you have to drink the milk. Like, my parents didn't want to help me. I guess because they are lactose intolerant, so that's fair. But, like, my mom was like, nope, you gotta drink all the milk. We don't want to waste a single drop. Drink it all. Drink it up. And I could only finish, like, 1.5 bottles. And then we had to throw away the rest. But I was just like, I was just full of chocolate milk the whole time. And then on that 15-hour flight to the Philippines, I feel like I spent at least a couple of hours in the bathroom. That was when I found out. That was when I found out it was too late. You know, I'll just never forget it. My parents like, oh no, did you get sick? Oh no, what happened? Is there something wrong with the food? Like, no, I just found out that I was lactose intolerant. Hate food waste, but damn, that's a terrible way to find out. Like, not just like, hey, I drank 1 bottle of milk, what's going on? No, I drank 1.5 16-ounce bottles of chocolate milk. Trying to save them resources, just can't let it go. Anyway, what a story to tell with Ayumi on screen, just visibly disgusted. I'm sorry, Ayumi. I'm sorry you had to hear that. But no, yeah, supposedly you can stave it off. And, like, it's not that bad. I feel like it's not that bad for me. Like, I can still eat cheese or, like, have 1 glass of milk and be okay. But any more than that, and it starts to become a problem. Any more than that, like if I eat, like, a lot of pizza in a day, then I will need lactate pills. Didn't realize I had history like that. Yeah, exactly. He was like, I didn't realize you had a history like that. I'm sorry about your lactose intolerance. You know. Tell your family you stop being okay with putting less than ideal things in your body as you head to the brewery. Sprint, what you looking at? Looking at milk? Don't look at milk. Not you crushing a whole ass pizza. I actually ate pizza for lunch today. But, like, I'm fine. I didn't eat too much. I did, no, I've been fine, honestly. I've been fine. I know my limits. Anyway, Ayumi. Whoa, I didn't realize I had a history like that. Personal pizza, technically, but I'd still think it's probably good for, like, 2 people. Like, it's really thick, the pizza. What else did you learn? Did you get any more details about the case from 18 years ago? Yes, I looked at tons of articles about the serial girl murders at the library. Serial girl murders. That is hard to say. That's like purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm. Serial girl murders. I was able to confirm that the victims being found with paper bags on their heads was never reported. Serial girls. I'm trying to think of a cereal mascot that's a girl, but I can't think of one. However, after a lot of digging, I've identified a few aspects of the first case that had me puzzled. For instance, there were two persons of interest that were mentioned, but one of them is dead and the other's missing.
Oh,
One was the victim's father, who died in a house fire the day before his daughter's body was found. The second was a young man who was friends with the victim. He disappeared, leaving only bloodstains. Well, we don't know to the extent either of them was involved. We can't rule out the possibility that one of them killed Ayaka. Could the missing man have been the killer? Or could it have been someone who happened to target girls of a similar age? Either scenario seems plausible. Well, one way or another. We still have 3 victims, including Ayaka Hashizume, who were found with bags on their heads. It's gotta be the work of the same killer.
remember that this was a high-profile case that the police failed to solve despite all their efforts. So it won't be easy getting to the bottom of it, but maybe the key is the connection between that case, Eisuke Sasaki, and the legend of Emio, the Smiling Man.
She said the thing! Speaking of that, I did find a common link between the older murders and the urban legend. In both the second and third murders, the victims were seen crying shortly before they were killed.
Just like in the Smiling Man legend. Maybe there really is a connection.
See? See, can I retroactively be right for that one question that was marked wrong? Like, what the hell?
Well, let's stay focused and keep after it, okay?
Absolutely. I do wonder if the disappearance of Makoto Kuze is also related. It would have to be, or else it wouldn't be in this game. I guess it's our job to find out. Yeah, I feel like the missing link, that is like the reason the police couldn't have found anything back then, is because we have Junko. Because Junko is actually part of the police now. She knows what happened 18 years ago. She might have like crucial information that the police maybe didn't believe or just didn't know about back then. Charge my phone! Don't forget to charge my phone! Can I charge my phone? Ayumi's right in front of me. Let's not do that. I'm going to call Mr. Utsugi. Why would I do that? He's right there. Is Mr. Utsugi busy with his research? I'm going to... I'm curious. What if... I think there's a way to like call for the weather in Japan. Japan weather phone number. Japan emergency contact numbers. Let's see. Is there a way to call... Is there a way to call for weather? Hey, there's a time announcement service. Can I just call and get what time it is? 1 7. Okay. Actually, hold on. I messed up. 117 is time announcement. Oh my god, it's working. Oh my god, it's working. Wow, actual Japanese numbers work. The current time is on your watch or your cell phone. Is there a microwave nearby? Oh my god. Oh, it's time to get a watch. I'm maybe the only person to have ever thought to do this. Clip that right now. Oh yeah, I'm so smart. I am so smart. I played Shenmue before, I know. That's hilarious. I love that they programmed it in the game. Okay, so let's see what the weather is. 177. How many of these numbers work? Here's today's weather forecast. I literally just Googled like Japanese emergency numbers or like Japanese like universal numbers. Yeah, you could just call the actual weather forecast. Here's today's weather forecast. There will be sunny skies today. Wow. Who would have thought to do this besides me? Who? Probably people that actually live in Japan. Comment. I found the best feature in this game. You can just call real phone numbers in Japan. Kamen Rider, thanks for the raid. How you doing? How was Dokapon Kingdom? Playing with your long-lost sister. Hope it was a fun time. Also, Sprint, thank you for the resub. Welcome back to the chicken coop. Grab an SK comfy and enjoy the emotes. Hope y'all are doing good. Kamen, do you happen to know any other Japanese, like, service numbers? I'm curious. I'm actually curious. I want to call some more. Emergency for the Coast Guard. Let's call the Coast Guard. We'll call 118. The number you've dialed is no longer in service. Oh no! Oh no! Japan's budget! They didn't have enough money to pay the Coast Guard! I'm gonna call 110. I'm gonna call the police directly to the Utsugi office. Hey, this is the police. Hey, the penalty for prank calls is death. That's not what? What? Excuse me? Wow. For a second, I thought I was in America. I'm being threatened by the police. Oh. There's a police advisory service for non-emergency. Oh, that's funny. It starts with 911. 911. Oh, it's not programmed. Fine. I'm running out of funny numbers to call y'all. Oh well. That was fun. I'm glad that's... Oh, there's one more. There's a disaster voice message. 171. Oh, it's ringing. It's ringing. Oh man, never mind. Okay. Well, I'm happy that the time thing was so funny. It's time to get a watch. Kamen and Koi were the top 2 spots. Heck yeah, 2 out of 2, not bad. Nar, welcome on in. Number of one of those delivery places. Use those to mail your clothes home. Oh, that's nice. Does it cost a lot, Kamen? Does it cost more than just using, like, I don't know, FedEx International? Let's actually end the day. I've spent too long of a time. I meant to end like an hour ago. Relatives to pay? Oop, I had a longer chat with Fukuyama. And how did it go? Well, among other things, he mentioned that Eisuke's grades had slipped lately. Is that so? Yeah, it even sounds like he might have had a hard time getting into the private high school he wanted to. But he also said that Eisuke himself didn't seem particularly troubled by it. Also, Fukuyama was squirrely about talking to other students. He's only spoken with teachers so far. And I think that's about it. Oh wait! There's one other thing about Eisuke's friend. I'm talking about Megumi. Anyway, apparently she's been absent from school for a while now. In fact, she hasn't been to school since the day that Eisuke died. But it's strange because the teachers and students learned about his death that morning. So you're saying that she was already absent that day, but for other reasons? That's right. I thought maybe somebody could have told her about the situation in advance. But it doesn't seem particularly likely. Maybe she was actually sick. Yeah, maybe. I am curious. Yeah. Let's review what we learned today, Chris. Good idea. Let's do it. Man, I imported my name from my save file for the first game, but now I'm retroactively thinking I should have named myself like Kurisu. I don't know what the anime is, but I've recently found out there's an anime that's running right now that stars a girl named Kurisu. And I'm like, is her name actually Chris? There are girls named Chris. Sometimes it's short for Christina. Sometimes it's short for Christine. Sometimes it's just Chris. You know. Kurisu. It seems as though Eisuke had been having a few problems lately involving getting into a private school. There's rumors about relationships, but let's go with like what we have evidence for. Kamen has a long list of eating spot phone numbers too. Yeah. Kamen, do you know enough Japanese to like get a reservation at a restaurant? Because that was the best part of me going to Japan with some friends in 2017. Because like we actually had our friend who is Japanese American and is a dual citizen, and she knows Japanese, and she was able to get us the reservation to a really nice Wagyu steak place. She was able to get us the reservation to a ryokan. She was able to like negotiate prices at like places where you could still pay with cash. She was able to get like explanations for like warning signs and whatnot. Like, it was really nice. Not really a family for that. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. At that point, it's like, you know people. You know people who, you know a guy. Can I have access to your family too, Common? Can I ask for some help next time I go to Japan? We gotta go to Japan at the same time next time. His grades had slipped to the point that he was at risk of not getting into a top school. But he was supposedly unbothered about that. I don't know. In any case, I'm not sure how it relates to him being murdered. Megumi and Eisuke were close friends. But she stopped coming to school the day that his body was found. Why did she stop coming to school that very day? She must have known in advance. We don't know if that's the case. We don't know. Well, I did hear that she wasn't feeling well, but I think you're right that we don't really know for sure at this point. That's all the info I gathered today. Even though Mr. Utsugi isn't here, I feel like we're making good progress on the case together. There are still a lot of unknowns, but I'm sure we can work together to solve the case. Wow. Agreed. Also, I like that the theme right now, I guess I could call it Ayumi's theme, but it really is the theme of the very first game of The Missing Heir. Like, this is the theme song. Da, 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 da. Huh? Is something wrong? What's wrong with Ayumi? Ayumi? Huh? Oh, sorry. What is it? It just seemed like you were spacing out there for a second. Something on your mind? Yeah, there's something about Megumi Morimoto that I've been wondering about. Oh, what is it? It's been bugging me for a while now, but whenever her name comes up when I'm talking to Fukuyama, he tightens up and gets anxious. Whoa, I wonder if he's hiding something. I can't tell. I asked him directly a number of times, but his answers feel a bit evasive. If only we could talk to Megumi in person. If she's still alive. Yeah. By the way, do you have any plans tomorrow? Are we gonna go on a little break? We're gonna hang out? We're gonna investigate together? I think I'm going back to the library. This time I want to do some research on urban legends. Isn't that what Utsugi's supposed to be doing? Where the hell is he? What if he dies? What if Utsugi dies in this game? Holy shit. What if he ends up being the next victim and we're like, what is going on? Oh no, it's up to us. We're the only ones left. Oh my god. What if we held hands while investigating? That's a lot nicer. That's a lot nicer of a thought. Let's do that. Okay, sounds good. As for me, I guess I might just need to wait for more information about Eisuke and Megumi from Mr. Fukuyama. So how about maybe you join me in the library? But I'll think about it some more. Good idea. Thanks. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Chapter 5. The paper bag. Yo, we are like zooming through this game. I had thought I'd just finish. Oh, look at me. I had thought I would just finish chapter 3, but we're on chapter 5 already. Okay, let's head to the library and see what we can learn about urban legends. I know Mr. Utsugi's also looking into this angle, but I'm hoping to learn more about the Smiling Man. I saw a book titled Modern Ghost Legends at the library, but maybe there's one all about urban legends. Well, you know, I'll think about that another time. For now, let's go ahead and save. I actually want to take a picture of this scene right here because I might use it as the thumbnail for the next VOD. We'll see. We'll see. I won't save over this file for now. You can lock a file? That's cool. Wow. Alright, y'all. That means it is time to say goodnight, farewell to you, my friends. It is once again that time of the night. Ooh boy, ooh doggy, this mystery is getting ever so. Well, we're getting into the meat and potatoes. That's what we're doing. And I'm just worried. I'm just worried where this might go. This game is rated M. Like the first two games, I'm like, oh yeah, there's ghost stories involved, there's mysteries, there's murder, but like, I never felt like my character was in danger, you know? I never felt like, I felt like, oh, you know what, everything is gonna be revealed and it'll be like a happy ending and we'll finally learn everything. But I'm just a little unsettled. Like, this game is rated M. I don't know. I purposefully did not read the ESRB warning box. I just don't know how much messed up stuff could be in this game. Like, to the point where Nintendo, like, really thought that the best course of action is to keep it rated M instead of lower it down to T. Like, what is in this game? Damn. I am deathly curious, but man, it's only a matter of time to find out. But you know, thanks for the smiles. Just make sure that smile doesn't last forever. Paper bag. Alright, y'all. You all know the dealio for realio. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitch to catch me live next time I play this or any other game. If you're coming along on the raid, copy one of these messages and we'll see you on over there. If you ever have any fan art for the stream, post it to the Discord or send it to me on social media and I'll put it up. Oh, actually, there's some more food from Twilight that I didn't put up earlier. This can be the art. Food is very artistic, right? Blood brownies, I guess. Blood brownies made of actual blood. Like, is it made of, like, beef blood or pig blood? Like, I'm not opposed. One of my favorite Filipino dishes is actually made from pork blood. And, like, hey, this is actually pretty good, you know? So, I'd eat it. I'd eat it. And it's got, like, berries. I hope the berries are not filled with blood as well. I think they're actual berries. That sounds like it could be pretty good, though. But if you are curious about the Filipino food, it's called dinuguan. Dinuguan. And it is... When I was a kid, my parents would tell me it was chocolate meat in order to get me to eat it. And now I'm just like, you know what? I'll eat it anyway, because it's actually that's good. It's actually that good. Some of your pastries have blood, sweat, and tears, but you never fed them to people. Is it because your cat scratched you and then, like, your hands were bleeding while you were kneading the dough? You know. Cranberries? Delicious. Or maybe they're like lingonberries. Mmm. Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. That's the art for the night. Now, how's it going, Nar? Welcome on in. That's it for the night. Blood makes you nauseous. Fair enough, though. I would have to, like, really like it to continue eating it. I'd, like, try it first. Y'all. Thanks for joining on in. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the subs. I appreciate it all. Y'all don't ever have to, but it does. It does get put right back into the streams for all y'all's sakes. Because, you know, I've got enough money to get by. I don't mind. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing here. You know? Everybody, have a good night. And if you're going to sleep, stay clucky, y'all. Bye-bye. Detective Adobo is on the case. The case of the missing sleep. Oh, ho, ho.